Damn, that intro though, right? Shout out to Swamp Dog, my man. So I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Tonight we have a very interesting show planned for you. Um, if you read the title, it says "Dark Interviews the ATF," and that's what we're gonna do. And I need you guys with me on this one because it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be fun. Somebody's gotta do it, right? So let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Kurt. Kurt was first this evening. Kurt, congratulations. You for being first receive absolutely nothing, unfortunately, but you get a crisp thumbs up. Great job. Toy Town Inc. What's up, brother? Sport Brand was cracking fam. DLD After Dark, welcome to the chat. Jeff Cron, Channel member. Look at all these Kurt 24, Channel member. That's a different dark. BV Luminous, what's up, brother? PLA, come out in PLA. Quite possibly the coolest name in the chat. No shade towards anyone. I'm just saying the creativity there, y'all. It's there. And then his Instagram, it says because come out and PETG was taken. Straight flame, straight gangster. Toy Town again. I want to ride. What's cracking, fam? Dean, what up? What up? All these China members, China members. John Crump live. What up? Key ASC. Dark. What it do this fine evening? Andy Lipsco, Appalachian Gunrunner, AGR. Where you been at, bro? Haven't seen you in a minute, man. Andrew Dana, what's going on tonight? Agorizer, what up? Craig Liquor, Low Point Gold, Opie, and the GD Bacon, what's up? I heard David Chipman was bringing you by some ice cream to be interviewed. Savinity was cracking, man. So tonight we are going to interview the ATF, and I figure what better way than to do so with rolling the intro again. Sorry, guys. I had to. I mean, just listen to that thing. It's crazy. All right. So, as we interview the ATF this evening, I'd like to say thank you to all you guys. Thank you to JSD Supply, who sponsors the DLD After Darkness. And I'd like to introduce our guest, the ATF.
Not the threatening kind, I promise. Kind of.
Oh, you guys thought, they probably thought I was talking about like alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives, like those.
Yeah, so while I like all of those things.
Yeah, all of them are great. They just may not know that you run a podcast called Anything That Fires, which the acronym of that, ATF cast, the acronym of that, ATF, I see what you did there, but take a moment, introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you having me on. That intro was awesome.
Thanks, man. That's my boy Swamp Dog.
Yeah, I've been kind of chatting back and forth with him about making an intro for us because I just spiel some words and fuck it up all the time, so it's not so great.
You and me both.
I'm half of the ATF cast. The other half is my old man. Started a podcast with my dad. Probably started about a year ago, and kind of took a 6 month or so hiatus. Just kicked it back off. Props to him for coining the name. I was tossing around all kinds of terrible ideas. He was like, how about we're the ATF? I was like, look, we've been shooting guns a long time. I'm not sure we want to go that path. He's like, no. Like anything that fires. Because, we'll sit there, we'll talk about rockets and then guns and then a nice fine steak. And really there's no limit to conversation. So, we just stuck with the ATF cast and, been having a good old time. Every Wednesday we stream on YouTube and Twitch at Anything That Fires, and we really just kind of bullshit and drink a lot of beer. So it's a good old time.
That's awesome, man. I didn't realize that you started it with your dad. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a late notice to get him on here tonight, but a little bit of father-son time,
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, he lives 2.5 hours north from me in Ohio, so it's hard to get together and, converse and all that. So we drink our beers virtually and talk about the news and guns and all that jazz.
Dude, that's awesome. I could not like picture a better father-son bonding time than talking about like current events and I mean it wholeheartedly. Like that's some important stuff because those times, like I probably talk to you guys, like the chat, the guests, the all these people more than I talk to some of my family members. So that's cool that you get to take that time and spend it with him. Um, I wish my dad would do. But yeah, what inspired you to start the stream, the podcast, or?
Well, on note of how cool it is to talk with my dad, I very much share that sentiment.
Hmm.
It's real fucking wholesome, and just sitting there, a year or whatever ago, and we're bullshitting at the gun shop. So he works in a gun shop / a holster shop, hidden hybrid holsters represent. So
Nice.
we're up there, and we have a very nice, kind of like loose relationship. So I walk into the gun shop, and people don't know who I am. I'm like, "What's up, you old ugly fucker?" And they're like, "Who the hell is this kid walking in talking shit to you right now?"
It's the
So,
ATF. Don't worry.
yeah. So, a couple of guys in the shop were like, "Man, you guys are always just kind of a hoot to listen to, and you guys seem to have good conversations." And I think he actually approached me with the idea. He's like, "Some of the guys said we should do a podcast. How do we do that?" I was like, "Do you have a computer?" So
Yeah.
started with that, got him a microphone, and just kind of, kicked it off with that. And I was, really contemplating like growing up, it would be nice to have a record. Not only like with my dad and all those good conversations, we're in this age of technology where we can utilize StreamYard and YouTube, and we can have cool conversations and have them, saved there in the cloud for us to, go back and reference to. So I think it'd be cool one day I'll have kids and I'll be like, "Hey, let's watch, me and your grandpa talk shit about each other on this podcast all drunk." So it's just cool to, I'm going to have a record of my family, and it's not just going to stop with my dad. I got some other podcast ideas outside of the ATF cast world that I'm going to work on.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. And honestly, I love the name. I think it's like an excellent troll on the ATF because, I mean, it's what's better than using that acronym. And also, I mean, you guys talk about world events. I've watched some shows. You guys talk about what's going on in the world of politics. You guys talk about guns. You guys talk about, like you said, food. It's just good casual conversation, and that typically is like what I kind of gravitate towards. The whole like thievery of clickbait and the attention grabbing like cheesy stuff. Like I just don't like watch any of that anymore. But I'm also not the guy that unsubscribes. For anyone out there that's got channels, like I'm still subscribed to you. YouTube may have unsubscribed me, but I'm not the guy that's like, I don't like what you said. I don't like that thumbnail. Click, click, right? But um, looking at like the biggest podcaster, streamer, or whatever you want to call it now, most people would say that's Joe Rogan, and he just sits down and has a conversation. And I admire that so much because it's like in this world where we are utilizing technology, where we are doing like everything that we do, typically conversation, like a very deep and thorough conversation, is what we lose with it. So, I appreciate that. But so, what about like firearms? Like, what world of firearms are you in? Are you a builder, a buyer, shooter, collector, a prepper? What would you consider yourself?
A couple of those. So not big on the building. I'd like to be. The
Hmm.
3D printing sphere really interests me, and kind of put together my first AR, like bought it off a shelf and then added stuff to it. So I've been learning, but primarily shooting, prepping, buying. I'm a collector in that I don't like to sell them because I like looking at them and running around
Yeah.
the woods and shooting them. So like I'm never really pursuing, getting a proper collection of antiques or anything of that nature. But yeah,
Hmm.
my dad was he's a Marine Corps veteran, so grew up with guns all over the place. My mom was in the Navy, grandpa in the Marine Corps, so big
Yeah.
military upbringing. So if it wasn't, actual firearms, it was Nerf guns and BB guns and airsoft guns running around the backyard shooting at each other. And it was just something as soon as I mean, it was probably romanticized growing up, a lot of James Bond movies and everything. But once I got to that age that I was actually able to learn from him how to, utilize a firearm and take them apart. I became obsessed with just the fun of it, but also like the mechanical aspect. I'm very like infatuated with technological things, mechanical devices. So just like, oh, how does this reciprocate, and how is the gas utilized to throw the bolt back and all that stuff? And I've just
Yeah.
kind of ran with it since.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And what are you, an AR guy, an AK guy, or yes to both?
Yes, more so to AR. Love to have an AK, but I mean, if I'm gonna properly utilize something, I'm gonna reach for an AR.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I'm the same way. Nice, thanks, guys. You got some folks that are subscribing to your channel. Hell yeah. And
Thanks,
yeah,
guys.
for everybody in chat, if you guys could take the time to go to ATF Cast and subscribe. I'm actually going to be going on a show with them the not too distant future. So you'll be able to check us out on there too. And yeah, it's a blast. You guys will have fun. What's up, Pineapple? What's up? Who did I miss? Saber, what's up, man? It's good to have you here, dude. Yeah, Shooting Gallery New England. What's up, brother?
So,
Um,
Joe?
yeah, you guys, you've had him on, right?
Yeah. So we got to meet in person. We kind of met through a buddy, one of my best friends here in Columbus, Gunsplaining, Sick Nick, Sick of Survivalism. He's got a million names. But we used to work together, and he was talking about. I think he went on Shooting Gallery New England's podcast and was like, "Joe's a great guy. You should talk to him." So then ended up meeting him in person down at the IV 88 shoot in Georgia, and yeah, now we're always chit chatting back and forth and popping in and out of each other's streams, roasting each other and whatnot. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Now, when it comes to the actual ATF, what are your thoughts on that delightful, lawful, wholesome organization?
Fuck the ATF, I think is the all-encompassing opinion of it. We stole their name for a reason, you don't deserve this name. Give us that shit. We'll do a lot more cool things with it. We believe in freedom and individual rights and America and doing cool shit with guns and utilizing our freedoms. So yeah, fuck the ATF, and taxation is theft.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome, man. So the other dude on there, do you have a third person, or is that your dad that I was seeing on there?
Oh yeah, it's just me and my dad, and then most episodes we're trying to kind of get into a more organized structure, but most episodes we'll bring a guest on. So we're gonna kind of tentatively we're gonna do 2 episodes a month. It's just kind of a bullshit kickback episode where we go over news. And then we're going to do a deep dive episode. Like the last one was like the historic revocation of firearm rights. And it's going to end up being, I don't know, 1,000,000-part series because you can talk about that all day. But, the history of people removing the rights of individuals to protect themselves and utilize weaponry. And then our next deep dive is going to be the metaverse and simulation theory. So we're just going to kind of take these little ideas and bring on people that are passionate about those topics and run with them. But yeah, it's just him and I. And then, we like to have guests on. So if anybody's interested, also you can, DM us on Instagram and we can work some things out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And there are some standards, guys. You guys do have to agree with the phrase, fuck the ATF. And you have to enjoy firearms, and that's pretty much it.
Nailed it.
So man, the revocation of firearm rights over time. That's by the way, to my people out there, cheers, guys. I'm not drinking beer or anything, and cheers, Mr. ATF Cast.
Cheers. I have a little bit of a warm Miller. I'll take a sip on.
You know what? Take one for the team. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm a total geek that drinks seltzer when I come on here. I just don't really drink booze, and if I do have like a glass of whatever, I'll have some scotch, some Macallan 12 or 15 or something like that. But,
classy.
Yeah, pinky up when I tip it back.
Yeah, I like to frequent a bottle of wine when we're doing the podcast. Feel real classy and say fuck a lot, and it's a nice juxtaposition.
Oh yeah, you're nice and warm, and fuck yeah.
Get all mellowed out. Yeah. What's your go-to seltzer? I'm a seltzer nerd myself.
Man, I usually do like the cheap ass store brand shit, but I gotta say and that's just because I'm like, I've been trying to do this thing where I've had this really weird relationship with money over the last life. And, no one taught me about money when I was a kid, and ran into a lot of money when I had like um, I guess a high profile type of professional position, and then kind of realized how fucking terrible money is, and it's a long story, but basically, I kind of started adjusting and pulling back in places, and I realized that if you really want to find out like who you are as a person, remove as much as you can from your life. And I just started spending money on so much less, and then using that money to prepare for pure tyranny. But to answer your question about seltzer, I usually get the cheap shit just so I can save money to prepare for my fuck tyranny fund. But aside from that, um, I gotta say, Perrier is hands down the best, most bubbly freaking. Because I started drinking seltzer, get this, to stop drinking soda,
Mm.
and I ended up probably 2 or so years ago, I quit drinking soda. Mostly, I'll have one every now and then, but yeah. So it's the bubbles. I'm in it for the bubbles. It sounds so fucking stupid.
no, no, I should have guessed that it was that was your go-to, being that you're sipping on that aged scotch and everything.
Yeah, right. God.
Yeah, that's
You know.
classy as hell. I'm a Spindrift guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
too expensive, and it's just so good though. Like the lemon one, real lemon juice in there. Mm.
I had the grapefruit one recently. That was good, but it just doesn't seem like bubbly enough for me. Is that weird? Am I being a bitch?
No, that's fair. I mean, if you're all about the bubbles, yeah,
Yeah.
I respect that.
Hold on, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Take a sip of my bubbles while you're chit
There you
chatting.
go. We'll bubbles together. So you said you're interested in getting into the building and possibly even printing world. What kind of attracts you to that world?
Um, well, like I said, I'm just like I've always been just kind of naturally like mechanically inclined. So
Mm-hmm.
it's man, I'm a sucker for hobbies. I've got too many. It's I see a 3D printer, I'm like, that's the next thing. That's what I'm gonna do. And if I get one, I'm
Oh,
gonna go hard on it for a couple of months, and then it's gonna sit in the corner for a little while, and then I'll, a couple months later, I'll go hard on it again, and that's just kind of how it is. Like all of my hobbies are a sine wave; they're always popping in and out.
nice.
So I'm always looking for the next thing to fuck around with. Like I did wood carving for like I don't know a week. I was like, I think I want to do some wood carving, so I carved an apple, and then I was like, that was fun.
What?
Yeah, it's not the most amazing thing, but it's the first thing I carved, and I'm kind of proud of it. So,
Damn! Look at the grain in that shit, dude.
right, a little wood stain. It was. I found some 4x4 sitting out by my garage, and I was like, I'm gonna chop this up at 11 p.m. with a beer and rotary tools. Probably not safe, and then carve an
Oh,
apple. So,
that's
yeah. So as
awesome.
far as building guns and stuff, I'm like, I just need to build something. So,
Yeah. Oh, we actually I forgot to mention this a moment ago. We have a celebrity amongst us in the chat. Everyone, please welcome the Gun Foodie in the chat here. And the Gun Foodie, I know we've done a little bit of conversation on other streams and stuff, but I would love to have you on, brother. So holler at me. I believe the term is slide in my DMs. I'm not sure.
slide in those DMs.
Yeah, slide right up in there. Um, yeah, what do you think you would start with?
As far as printing, um, no,
Or
that's probably
building,
that's
either
probably
way.
my next thing that I'm gonna start with. So I also like I built a gaming PC, and I just got done like upgrading it a little more. So now I'm like, now I have this dope computer. I
Hmm.
need to put a printer attached to it. So I just keep
Oh yeah.
expanding this office. Yeah, probably get a printer, and that's probably still doing research, but I'll definitely be asking you for advice because yeah, I want to print all kinds of dumb stuff.
Dude, that's the way. Like when I first got it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna print like the coolest, and I was like, hold on, I'm not gonna print the coolest gun. I'm gonna print a cat.
Nice.
Then I
Yeah.
printed like the little cat, and I was like, I'm gonna print a dog, and then I printed a dog. It's like I'm gonna print the scorpion or the mac and cheese or the I'll print Baby Yoda, and it's like kind of just like getting your feet wet, getting a feel
Hmm.
for it. And then I was like, I'm gonna print a gun stand, like one of the little stands with the thing, so you can do gun stands by it's a like a kind of like how a 3D printed magazine is. It's got a stand with a magazine. You put it in like that.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah, or it's got like a little like hole that you slide the barrel into, and it sits like that.
Right.
So you can do one or the other. So shout out to P80 Ralph. I was printing your stand, brother, and thanks, Gunfitty. And I realized how completely off balance and totally fucked my bed was. So getting bed leveling it down is crucial. Um, and although I like to say, hit me up anytime and I can, help you with anything, but I've done like 5 or 6 prints, and then my printer went down
Mm.
because it's got a broken thermistor, so it thinks it's overheating when the wind blows, and it clogged and was jammed, and then I finally removed the clog and jam. Shout out to iPrint Shit because that man sat on a video call with me till 3:30 in the morning fixing that printer.
Damn, that's a good
Love you,
friend.
brother. Dude, he's incredible. But it's funny because I have all these people coming on like Print Shoot Repeat and P.D. Ralph and Chairman Juan, and I'm talking with Dianexus about having him come on, and 3D Arms, who literally has developed some of the sickest 3D printed firearms that are like in existence, and I'm like, I just got a printer, you know. So I'll introduce you to folks that can really help you.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll ask the professionals, but
Yeah.
you can be the
Yeah.
middleman to my knowledge.
Exactly. I'll introduce you to the person that will help you. How about that?
Perfect. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh
It's all
yeah.
about knowing people.
I know, man. That's everything. So you know about the impending rule change. If you're not a builder, it probably won't affect you as much. But are you familiar with the rule change that's coming in the next like 7 to 10 days, probably?
I don't believe I am. Please enlighten me.
So the GATF has been working very diligently to remove as many of our rights as they possibly can because they gave them to us, not God or anything. And they're definitely not guaranteed by the Constitution. Um, and they're definitely not supposed to be protected by them, the government.
You're preaching
Uh,
to the choir.
yeah, right. So they were like honing in on a few, very specific things. One of them being unfinished frames and receivers. So, like, uh, let's see. Hopefully, I don't.
Gonna hold up a felony real quick.
Right. So, like, all those frames sitting on that shelf right there,
Yeah.
those are all unfinished frames and receivers, and they're not. They're at this point not technically firearms. Which, by the way, if you use my link and my code, you can go to JSD Supply and get P80s for like $59 to $89, depending on which one, guys. So, mods, if you could drop a link, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I
But
need that.
dude, it's time to get it is now because they're coming in and they are going to remove them from us. I actually had the chance to read, to be read the impending rule change. So basically, an unfinished frame and receiver is just that. So you order, something from P80, it comes. You order it from JSD Supply, but it comes right to your doorstep in a jig, and in the jig is an unfinished frame. So this is a polymer Glock frame, and there's no holes in it, and there's tabs in the places where the rails are supposed to be. So you take it, put it in the jig, and then you use a rotary tool to mill out the holes. Boom, boom, boom. And then you use a tool of your liking. Some people use a rotary tool. I like to use razors or snips and shit like that to remove the tabs. and you clear out the channel and drop in the rails that come with it, and boom, you have a working block frame that you just need the parts for. So the ATF is coming in and they're going to say, no, that is not an unfinished frame or receiver. That's a firearm. And this is probably going to be one of the biggest middle fingers to our freedom that we have ever seen, because homemade firearms, privately manufactured firearms, have been not only a thing in our country since the inception of our country, whether it be a cannon that was built, for someone's privateer, ship or whatever, or a musket, or whatever. I mean, really, muskets and any type of cap and ball pistol, things like that. Yes, I did buy all the blue titanium polymer 80s from JSD. It wasn't just me, but it was me and a couple buddies. Sorry. Manufacturing firearms privately was not only normal, but it was actually expected for people to be able to manufacture their own, or have somebody in locally in the locale that can not only help them manufacture a firearm, but also they were expected to have a certain amount of caps and balls, of gunpowder, of blah blah blah. And we've gone from that to where people between the ages of 16 and 60 were expected to be armed, expected to be able to respond, with an armed response if needed. But now we've gone to it being almost eliminated, and the rule change will be coming within the next 7 to 10 days. Well, so the problem, Farmer James, is the 75% receiver will not come out because they very specifically said an unfinished frame and receiver. So they're not going to say, check out this 70% receiver, this 50, this 40, this 10% receiver. Even a 0% receiver will be considered a firearm if it is a block of aluminum sitting next to a Ghost Gunner 3 machine.
That's so absurd.
It's crazy.
And that's why we say, fuck the ATF. It's like if I went to Home Depot and they, picked up a 4x4 and they're like, sir, that's not a 4x4, that's an apple.
Yeah.
It's just completely, it's nonsense.
The product is not, the ingredient is not the product. And they are trying to get, and this is all control, right? Because they are, they have been monitoring every single 4473. They have copies of every single 4473 from every FFL that's shut down. From some people would say that they have access to every single 4473 after the GCA of 1968. They're using this OCR, it's like ocular something technology, where it can read. It's like software that can read 4473s.
Right.
And they're saying that they're using it for their trace program to trace firearms, but they're really just harboring nearly 1 billion firearm transactions at their location in West Virginia, which is 244 Needy Road, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Sick.
Yeah. Seriously, that's their fucking address. So just in case you guys were curious about where to send your checks for your Form 4s and Form 1s. So basically they're now taking building from us. And the way it's going to affect some people is, I'll look at it from two perspectives. One is the individual and one is the companies, right? So, hold on. They are talking only about kits that are complete, or if you have an FFL, you will need to serialize the frame after a certain step in the manufacturing process. Too Many Choices, that was a thing with them, and actually is still a thing with them. You can't sell a P80 frame with every single component that you would need to complete the firearm together. That is considered a firearm. What we're talking about now is the frame and receiver itself, by itself alone, will be considered a firearm. So it will need to come from the companies that manufacture them as serialized firearms. It will need to only be shipped to an FFL. It cannot go to your door anymore. And you would need to go to the gun shop and you would need to do a 4473 and have a background check for every single unfinished frame or receiver that you purchase. That is a new rule change, not to be confused with the one that you referred to with the buy, build, shoot kits. That did already pass, and what they're doing is they're writing this fucking fiat law that there's no legislation, no act of Congress, there's nothing other than them saying, "Here's an examination letter, here's a determination letter, so here's what we believe." It's bullshit. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, I could sit here and listen to fuck the ATF rants basically for 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's nice because I suck with like holding those like minute details in my head, like dates and, you know, the like more fine aspects of the law. So it's nice to have people like you around that kind of start to reinforce that on the top of my head.
You know, I wish it would, and thank you for that. I wish it was important information, but apparently the ATF doesn't believe in law. So they break it frequently. And now, from the individual's perspective, the individual, if you already have a shelf stacked up with 80% lowers and they're just sitting there, and this is going to vary from state to state, y'all, so keep that in mind. I'll be able to, all the P80s that I've already built, based on the version that I was told about, which they could revise it prior to it coming out. The 80s that I've already built, using me as an example, I'll be able to keep them. I will not have to serialize them. They could stay as is. The 80% frames here that are just sitting back there naked, no parts, nothing in them, they can't go bang. They will be considered firearms, but I will not have to serialize them unless, even when I build them, I won't have to serialize them unless I am transferring ownership. So I've purchased none of these with the intention to sell. There's, nothing. There's been, like you said, I like collecting firearms. So I don't purchase them with the intention to sell because I intend to keep all of them. I want every single one that I can. And if they do ever transfer ownership, if you're in a free state, you'll be able to keep them like whatever, but you'll have to get them serialized and then do a transfer at a gun shop with what they are calling ghost gun, which doesn't make much sense.
No, that's absurd. It's nice to know that all of our rights are still being trampled,
Yeah, especially the fact that these are not laws, right? Like, this is not taking an act of Congress. This is not legislation. This is them making a determination or making through an examination saying this is a firearm because it's readily convertible. So then everyone's like, okay, well, what is readily convertible? That's pretty subjective. They said readily convertible means that you can convert it to a firearm within 8 hours in a full machine shop.
So a block of aluminum.
Yeah, dude, like I could build a dozen machine guns in 8 hours in a machine shop. Like, dude, then if I were not, following rules and laws and stuff. What's up, Gerchop? Good to see you, man. Directly from the AFT website. I don't need to be a test case. They literally have it written in the proposed rule change. I just read it today and yesterday. So they haven't published what I was read just the other day. The AFT doesn't have jurisdiction over 80% unless they are produced by an FFL. Let's maybe wait the next 7 to 10 days or so and see what they say. What I was what's the best way to say this without blowing somebody's cover? There was a person that has intimate knowledge of the ATF and their inner workings, and they were able to read to me the approved draft of the new rule change that originally was set to come out in June. That the New York Times came back and said the ATF is actually going to get this out in the first week of April, and we'll be seeing it here pretty soon. I'll make a video. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know. I'd be curious to see that. But if you're looking at the proposed rule change, that was likely the one from last year. I may be wrong. I'm often wrong. UAV Hero, what's up, brother? Robert Rivet Harrison, what up? So yeah, so essentially that's what we're looking at. So great time for you to get in the building.
Perfect. So I'm gonna go buy a 3D printer tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Do you have a micro center? Any micro
I
centers?
do. I have a micro center like 20 minutes from me, and it is a blessing.
Bro, okay, so there are deals all the time. They run them for like 90 days where you can get a Creality Ender 3 3D printer for $99.
Nice.
So I would definitely jump into that. That's how I got this thing. UAV Hero, it's not going well. I had thought I had a clog. It was actually a jam. I had to completely tear down my machine. Thanks to iPrintment, he was able to help me. I got it cleared out, basically destroyed a nozzle, but it still extrudes. And now I need a new thermistor because I think my thermistor was broke from like the beginning, so it beeps and says that it's overheating every fucking time I turn it on. So, which actually, Mr. ATF cast here, 'cause I don't know if you want me to put your name out there.
Oh yeah, you go ahead, man. I'm Evan. Fresh Airway.
This
Slurpy
is Evan,
Depazo.
This is ATF Evan. So in the beginning, when I first had him jump on, I'm like sitting here with him talking, and my printer's like beep 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 beep. I was like, "Fuck, that's my printer. I got to turn it off." So he even got to hear it not working as well.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of hearing those beeps in the middle of the night, so be good. I have a nice
Yeah,
quiet
right.
house, you know.
Yeah. Are you in a more like rural area or city area?
Yeah. I grew up like in the city, the shitty part of the city, but recently I moved out to Plain City, which is like little, basically cornfields outside of Columbus, Ohio. So it's super nice, very quiet,
Mhm.
and like know all the cops instead of like 40 sheriffs being a jackass to you all day. There's like three guys, and we just wave to each other. I like the small town vibes a lot. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's dope. That's probably the coolest like type of vibe like to live in. That's sick. I
Yeah.
kind of moved away from the city. Mr. Wilk, what's up, brother? He says, just dropping in. Love what you do, DLD. Thank you. Been kind of busy lately. We got to go shooting soon. Yeah, so have you seen they're on like the YouTube shorts. You'll see videos pop up of the full auto Desert Eagle.
I have not seen that, but I want to see that.
Dude, it's so sick. If you search full auto Desert Eagle, the first thing that'll pop up, well, it'll probably be Black Rambo that'll pull up first. But Black Rambo shot Mr. Wilk and Jay the Shooter's full auto Desert Eagle. They're for the ATF that's actually listening. They're a licensed 0702 manufacturer. They're an FOT. They are legally allowed to make machine guns. They made Mr. Wilk actually did the conversion, made the Desert Eagle full auto. They also just finished a conversion of an FN, a fucking FN 57 pistol in
Oh,
full auto.
sick.
Yeah, and it's such a flat shooting thing. I mean, when they dump it, it's just like, like it barely moves. It's nuts, man. And shooting 20 or 30 rounds of 5.7 out of that thing is just like, ooh, it's crazy.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in the search bar so when I hop out of here, I can watch it before bed as a lullaby.
Oh hell yeah, you're gonna love it. It'll put you right to sleep.
Yeah.
This whole community is going to get printers and start congealing frames and printing in nylon. Then we will get new definitions again. So the other thing is they set this up to where they can, what I was told, I didn't interpret this from the languaging. Then again, I didn't read the whole thing. It was read to me. The important parts were read to me. But they basically set up the stage and queued up their ability to come back and now say now parts are like slides, barrels, trigger housings, like parts that you can go on like eBay and get right now for like virtually nothing. They're likely going to say that those need to be either like included and serialized and included in a transaction of a firearm, or that there needs to be 4473s done for like slides and barrels, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I wish them luck and trying to enforce all that, not law
Yeah,
one day, because yeah, they just keep on changing the definitions, keep on restricting our freedom to do these things. Then I mean, we're just gonna have a unfathomable gaggle of dudes with 3D printers going off in their offices, and I mean, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead and try. I mean, it's absurd. Yeah.
So where do you see our country going?
With the heavy questions before bed. I like to be an optimist, but uh, I think most days I look around with a sinking feeling in my
Mm,
stomach, as though, I mean, we'll see. I think the greatest piece of wisdom that I've learned in the last like 2 years is you can guess and assume the worst all you want, uh,
yeah,
but the best you can do is fight for your rights, be prepared, and just kind of wait and see. I mean, not completely passively. You have to be proactive about things, but if
yeah,
if we all dwell too heavily on the possible negative ramifications of the country's direction, then we're all just going to lose our fucking mind. So, trying to
yeah,
find a happy balance. But like I
yeah,
said, most days sinking feelings.
yeah. I'm with you. That's what most people call the black pill, right? Like it's and I think some level of realizing negativity versus like exuding negativity, like realizing where we are and where we may go is important for the purpose of like preparation, like you
Hmm.
said, for making sure you, your family, your friends, people that you're close with are as close to okay as possible. Realizing too that unless you have your own homestead with your own water source, your own food source, your own shelter that's actually yours, and which very few of us have, we're still kind of you know their subjects. That it's without that. I don't know what freedom is, because in the end, they have control of our water, obviously our electricity. They have control of our food. They have control even of our um, shelter. And the only remaining items on the list of preparations are security, which I think a lot of us got pretty much down pat. And I don't know. So I think it's important that, like you said, we are aware of kind of where we are, and there's a lot of negativity that lives in there. So when people talk about like the red pill and the blue pill and the black pill, I always tell them, like, you can carry the black pill with you. You can look at the black pill every now and then. You can say like, okay, like I realize what you are, but I'm not going to take you, right? I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm just going to keep it here, but be as positive as possible. Be as kind as possible. Take care of other people. Just be a good, healthy, gracious person, and just try not to be a bag of shit. And yeah, I mean, recalibrating one's life is important. Like, as far as like what's important to you, the things that you do with your money, because money is a motherfucker. And becoming as self-sufficient and just finding your independence. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you said a lot of that really beautifully. I can't put words together like that at this hour, but I mean, yeah, especially the whole, be kind to everybody. I like the one thing I always go back to is the walk softly and carry a big stick, or however that goes.
yeah,
I think that goes alongside of, probably this entire community's preparedness, like uh, our food stocks and our ammunition and our firearms and, our mental preparedness and our medical knowledge and all these things that we kind of put into our mental cache so that we could utilize in case things go south. But at the same time, you're, walking generously and kindly through the world and trying to not be a dick. I mean, it's easy to be a dick some days, but yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, and I realize we only have you till 10:30, so we'll wrap up in a minute.
Yeah, you're good. I can go another 15 minutes. I'll be all right.
Okay, cool. I think it's funny. My brother and I were talking, and my whole family. I have a very large family. I'm the youngest of a shitload of kids. I'll just say that. I don't want to make it too easy for people to find me. But, I was talking to my brother, and all of them used to think that I was crazy. They would say that I was obsessed with guns. That was what they would say all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, I used to like make guns out of like toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls, and like tape them together, glue them together, and be like, "It's a minigun, burr," And I was that kid. And then of course, Nerf guns, BB guns, airsoft, like all that shit. And they would all call me crazy when I started to purchase real firearms and started to go shooting and started building. Oh my god, when I started building, they were like, they had this idea that I was like, cranking them out with like machines, like, CNC shit. I'm like, no, I'm on a folding table with punches and files. But they all said I was crazy when I was stocking food and water and ammunition and all that. Like everyone says I'm crazy. And then now that our world has gotten to the place that it is right now, my dad, my brothers, they have firearms, they have ammunition, they have training, they have armor, they have like I never would have thought that I would see the day that like my family members who like God at one point probably would have voted for like fucking Hillary Clinton, like are now on a completely different like wavelength. They're seeing through the bullshit. They're looking at the most important thing, which is the preservation of life, the preservation of independence and freedom, and they're arming themselves. And I think that's admirable because being able to step back and say, hey, you know what? I used to feel this way, but I've acquired new information. And because of that, I've changed my mind and now I feel this way. That takes a lot because you're kind of removing your ego a little bit. And you're also, saying, hey, I changed my mind and I feel this way. But I was in a conversation with him and he said, be meek. And I was like, well, there's a couple definitions of meek. Like, what do you mean? And he said, I'll put it to you like this: be nice, kind, calm, cool, collected, thoughtful, like all that stuff, and be extremely highly skilled in violence, and pray that you don't have to use it, and be willing to use it at a moment's notice. And that may not be meek, may not be the best word there, but it's I resonated with that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a good perspective. And so the sinking feeling in my stomach I was talking about, I think, often spawns from like looking around and it appears as though there's so many more individuals in the world that are like willing to bow down to authority and just do whatever is told of them or asked of them.
Yeah.
And, without logic in most cases and, without the ability for them to think for themselves. But on the other side, my optimism comes, like you're saying, a lot of your families now finding that preparedness and buying firearms and, doing those things to be prepared for whatever the hell happens. Because I've witnessed that also. So I don't know if we're maintaining an equilibrium and people that were kind of like, I'm not sure, are now purchasing those firearms and, being prepared, while the other people that are a little bit more on the other side of being malleable under authority are, veering that direction aggressively now. So, but I think that's why I can kind of carry out the optimism to this point, because I am still seeing both sides. If everywhere I looked around me was people just, yes, sir, government, no problem. ATF, do whatever you want. Then I would not be able to, walk tall every day and think positively of the future of not just our country but our lives and our humanity.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the fear that people have of independence, and I say all the time, like freedom is dangerous, and I do believe that uh, true freedom is dangerous, but the danger of having a government entity or subsidiaries of the government control water, food, shelter, security, like that's a terrifying thought, and I don't think people realize that you know they're they're getting groceries delivered by Amazon. They're, using their Starbucks rewards card. They're, watching Netflix and Disney Plus and all that shit. And I'm not shitting on people that like watch Netflix, okay? But I mean, like, their life of convenience and their life of, um, I guess, like day by day with zero preparation could be catastrophic. And these are going to be the people that if we do end up going down a dark road, which like God help us, I hope we do not. But if we do end up going down a dark road, those are going to be the people that will be literally eating their neighbors within 2 weeks in New York City.
Yeah.
Like, that is New
Those are
York
the ones that
City.
become animalistic really quickly. You know,
Yeah,
you're gonna see zombies without a zombie virus. They're gonna be clawing at each other. And then
yeah,
yeah, people with proper preparation are going to be kind of setting, off in the shadows. Like, what the fuck? We told you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then every dude, and I hear it all the time. Like, I'm not sure if you experience this, but people say like, "Hey, when the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm coming to your house,
Oh
dog."
yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, go ahead, come, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face and take all your gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's that small circle that I'm like, meet at my house if anything crazy happens.
Yep.
Don't tell anybody else because yeah, I'll fucking help you guys. I love you and we'll make a good team. But also be fucking prepared. Don't show up to my house without anything in your hands.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have something. And
And
then
you're
if you do show up with nothing in your hands, you better have a fucking awesome story of like you lost everything on the way,
yeah.
made it by a cunt hair.
Bring a
Uh,
really good story, a really good skill, or some fucking beans. Come on.
dude, so skills. This is one of the most overlooked things because how many dumbasses that wouldn't survive a week have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff but zero skills. And that's one of the things I talk about all the time. I'm like, dude, something as simple as like lock picking, right? Growing food, metalworking, like blacksmithing, bladesmithing, anything like that. Carving a fucking wooden apple, right?
When you're hungry, you're gonna need to eat something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Trade that shit, right? Like, there's somebody that it's going to be sitting, in some, abandoned penthouse that they overtook. It's going to be like, willing to trade some beans and some meat for that wooden apple.
Yeah. It's
Mm,
yeah, I'm an electrician by trade. So
okay,
it's nice to know that I could, wrangle some wires, make some sparks fly if things really hit the fan, everything was dark. But
dude,
I
that's
need
a
a
huge skill.
yeah, I need a bigger all of my friends are electricians. So like we could wire the fuck out of our little compound, but they're like, man, we need to make some friends with some farmers. So I mean, I guess they're my neighbors, so as long as we're friendly enough, but
Dude, it's funny enough, it is actually the number one most popular hobby in the United States is gardening. And guess what percentage each year annually they do like a uh, whatchamacallit, a percentage of how much food that we eat that is grown from us, like our own yards and backyards and porches and whatever domestically. If you had to guess what percentage of our food in the United States that we eat that
oh,
we grow and eat, what do you think?
I don't know, like under a percent.
They say less than 1%. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
that's
mean,
fucking terrifying.
people are gardening roses. I mean, they're not the people I see gardening gardening tomatoes and peppers. I mean, the
Yeah, they're
cool,
not planting
but I
trees.
see a hell of a lot of tulips. You know, I mean, they're pretty, but I'm hungry.
I
So
may eat a few tulips if I needed to, you know.
if it comes down to it, that'll be a colorful salad.
Yeah, and I mean that's the other thing too is foraging, right? Like knowing what plants are safe to eat and safe to use for other things. There's a deck of cards that you can get that are hole punched, so you could put them on a necklace if you wanted to or whatever. Which it has like 52 cards, and actually shout out to the End is Near Beware, who sent me those. Um, it tells you what foods are safe, what they look like zooms on like exactly how many leaves, are they fuzzy, are they textured, are they slick, are they dark green, light green, like tells you everything, what you can eat. And then of course, like, I mean, gardening isn't like I've over the last year or so, I started kind of toying with, at first I couldn't even grow grass, like it was terrible. And I learned to kind of utilize the things around me. I live right on the wood line, and I started turning some of that soil, and I was like, oh my god, like over here in my yard, it is like straight like red clay, like VA red clay. Like you can't get into that shit, and it just eats anything you put on it. So there's like some tactics you can use for that. But I went into the woods, like literally like 4 feet over, and I just turned some of the soil, and it was like, so the woods will always just die in the winter and completely regenerate itself. Like no one is like keeping the woods, it should just freaking comes back. It's just this self, regulating organism. And oh my God, the soil, the worms, the it's nuts. So if you guys live anywhere near a like the woods or a wooded area, if you can get to a clear area, take a shovel, toss that shit around, turn the dirt and take that shit. I'm about to take wheelbarrows of that shit over to my yard, and you could do some uh, rise bed, risen bed gardens, raised bed garden. I don't know what the past tense of raise.
Raise
Raised,
feels right.
risen,
Rose,
ricin. I think it's ricin. I'm just kidding. uh,
raisins. That's it.
yeah, raisins. That's perfect. You do some raisin bed gardens. Raisins. Yeah, do raised bed gardens, and you can do them with literal fucking 2x4s. You can do them with trash cans, coolers. You can do worm castings. There's so many things you can do. Worms are so fucking important. Banana slices and banana peels attract worms. So when you turn the dirt, you can throw in some banana peels and banana slices, and that shit will obviously it will add potassium nitrate to your soil too. But it will also, and this is coming from a city boy, guys. I grew up like near Washington D.C., and I've moved further away so I can do stuff like that. And then we got people like Farmer James, which he starting peanuts. My daughter's allergic to peanuts, so that's one thing that I can't do.
Doesn't help. I do have to say, I really appreciate the broom jokes going on over here. I have to say,
The way
there's the running joke is electricians don't clean up after themselves, and it's funny because we don't.
I've
So
known a few electricians.
yeah, we make
That's
them.
funny. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I think you've inspired me to maybe hop on 3D printing and some gardening because I've got some pretty good soil back there. I got renting a nice little house, but like from my buddy, and he doesn't give a fuck what I do with the place. So yeah, maybe I'll do a little raisin bed over there.
That would be raisin bed. That would be awesome. I mean, you've kind of inspired me to say, okay, how could I generate electricity without a gas generated or gas generator that is sitting in my backyard thumping during the freaking boog, Because that would be like a dead giveaway that we are, you know, we're running electricity for a reason, right? So then I looked at like solar panel generators, and holy shit, I'm not spending that much money.
Yeah, it's
Um,
expensive. I
with a
would
bicycle, could you make a generator?
With a bicycle, of course, anything that you can put, rotary movement into a generator. You can take a alternator from a car, or a lot of motors, and just you feed power by rotating. And yeah, you can charge a bank of batteries. You can put it into an inverter, and there's all kinds of shit you can do with it. I mean, it's basically endless. It's Legos. You get a whole bunch of copper and spin and shit, and it's electrical Legos, man.
Dude, that's what I need to do, man. But dude, I so appreciate you coming on, man. I would love to do it again. I'd love to come on your guys' show. I think in the next couple of weeks or so, we'll set something up.
Yeah, I gotta look at the schedule. I'm trying to be a proper podcast host, so I kind of got like an Excel spreadsheet going, But we do bad at sticking to it sometimes. But yeah, we'll get you scheduled, and I very much appreciate you having me on. Next time, maybe I can get the other half of the ATF cast on here to bullshit with you. And
hell yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And everybody in chat, please go subscribe to the ATF cast. It's the Anything That Fires podcast. And make sure that you not only go subscribe to their YouTube channel, but also go find them on Instagram and follow them, and then like the most recent 10 pictures that they have. Just boom, 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 hit them with a like bomb. Our guests so appreciate that. And for you guys that do that out there, just so you know, the guests hit me up afterwards and be like, dude, thank you so much. Like, my Instagram was blowing up. It woke up my wife. And, I got in a fight because their phone's on the nightstand, just like, So, thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate that so much. And thank you, Evan, of the ATF cast, for coming on. You want to tell them one more time where they can find you and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, first off, I see a lot of familiar names in this comment section, which is kind of inspiring. At least I'm going in the right direction with knowing people. You guys are awesome. A lot of great comments going on. It's been hard to pay attention to you at some moments just because there's some good spicy comments.
Right?
Yeah, we're the ATF cast, Anything That Fires. We stream every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube, Anything That Fires. We are on Instagram also, and then I think through Instagram you can find our little individual pages. So yeah, very much appreciate all the love and support, and this is my favorite community to be a part of. So I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah, man! Thank you, I appreciate that. And they did link your channel in chat, so hell yeah, mods! Thank you, Dirt and Sport Brand. You guys are awesome. If you guys could go ahead and click it and sub, that would be awesome. And everyone's still talking about brooms, that there's no brooms in the budget. But again, thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm probably going to stick around for a little bit, but you get some sleep, and we'll have you on again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Everybody have a good evening, and hope to talk to all of you soon.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
See you, man. Appreciate you.
See you. Hell yeah. Yeah, he's cool, man. I feel bad because I feel like it was kind of clickbaity of me to be like, Dark interviews the ATF, but how could I not? How could I not do that with this one? It's interesting that we are where we are in our country, in our looking at society, looking at our country, looking at government, looking at these governmental agencies, these non-governmental organizations, and everything kind of clouding around us. And so much that I do on this channel has kind of gotten away from the fact that we used to focus so much on that stuff. And I wanted to get away from it. Like, that dragged me down so much, and I will still realize where we are. I will still, oh, thank you. Dark should have way more subs. This is like one of the most consistent and awesome podcast interview channels out there for guns and current events. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. That's what's up. What's up, JC9? Dirt, I love you, brother. All you guys, Bacon, Dirt, all Tech Money. What's up, man? But I kind of got a little bit away from it because I'm never gonna stop focusing on where we are, and I'm never gonna stop looking at current events, true current events, not the bullshit that we see from the mainstream media and the garbage that they try to feed us. and I'm going to focus on doing my part, which is doing everything I can within my power to become as self sustainable and as independent as possible. And you know what? Sometimes that may mean psychological independence, right? Because I don't have the capability of building a homestead right now. I don't have the capability of creating a water source right now. Uh, but what I can say is that there are some things that have not changed with this channel. And part of it is the fact that I will always stand for independence. I will always stand for your rights that were given to you by God. And I will do anything and everything I can to protest against any government entity or any person or any regime or anyone trying to stand in between that. The challenge is that nowadays what we're looking at is we're looking at our own government that have taken oaths to protect our God given rights that are supposed to be guaranteed by the Constitution. And those are the exact people that are encroaching on those rights. So I don't want to say anything too provocative, but I will say there may come a time that we have to stand up for what we believe in. There may come a time that we have to defend what we love with what we have. And it's important that we make sure that we are as prepared as possible, not just with a rifle and a sidearm and some plates. We may have to make sure that our training is on point, right? We may have to make the compromise and say, you know what, I still need to go shooting, right? I've been going shooting lately, and it hurts. It hurts to spend the rounds. It hurts my soul to make my gun go pow and see the empty casing fall out of my gun. It's painful, and I'll have to replace that $179 pack of 1,000 rounds with some $400, you know, 1,000 rounds. Um, but that will need to make sure that our medical is on point. Go to your local fire department or EMS or there's a lot of local resources for medical. Take a stop the bleed class. Watch videos, right? Look at lock picking. Look at your gear, right? But also look at food, look at water, and at the same time realizing that the true independence is creating sources of water, sources of food, sources of things, not just stacking stuff, because stuff, no matter how much you got, I know people that literally have properties, plural, several properties, completely packed, basements loaded with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gallons of water, thousands and thousands, double digit thousands of dollars of food, and probably hundreds of thousands of dollars of weapons and ammunition and plates and armor and gear and night vision and all this shit. And that is important. But if you don't have ammunition for those tools, then you're short. If you don't have water, you're going to die of thirst. You can't run your gun. If you don't have food, you are going to starve to death. You can't run your gun. If you get a hole in you and you don't have something to, plug yourself with, then you're not going to be able to run your gun. So focus on your skills and try as hard as you can to not be negative in the world that we're living in right now. Be as positive as possible. Bless others. Yeah, John Rice gets stuff runs out. Stuff runs out. No matter what, you will eventually run out of what you're stocking up. And that's a scary thought, right? Because everyone says if something happens, I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to tell my people to come here. We'll all put our gear together. Well, we've read when we went over the dude that lived in about a year in a world without rule of law. We went over, I keep forgetting what his name is, but man, like, what a reality check of like people were killing each other over firewood. People were sniping people in the streets if they were walking in broad daylight with a backpack because there might be something in that backpack. He had to cook his food inside his home with a muted fire with like a kind of ghetto rigged exhaust system out of the window because if people smelled the food, they would get their door kicked in, you know? And to think of like that type of world, um, that's a terrifying world. I don't want to go there. I don't want to live there. I don't want to be a part of that. And at the same time, I am absolutely prepared to do anything and everything I have to, can, and will to fight for independence. And that may be to build a new world. That may be, I don't know. And you never know who we're going to be fighting against. It's not going to be, here are the bad guys, here are the good guys. It's going to be some of these guys are good, some of these guys are bad. They're not wearing a uniform, right? Bad guys aren't wearing a uniform. They're not going to be wearing a shirt that says cannibals. So I don't know. I can tell you guys that yes, gear is important. Yes, guns are important. Yes, ammunition is important. Skills by far are one of the most important things and one of the most perishable things. Stay up on your skills. Um, we've talked about it several times on this stream. Um, do you know how to make gunpowder? Do you know how to make explosives? Do you know how to make things that you can protect yourself perimeters with? Do you know how to pick locks? Do you know how to grow food? Do you know how to make alcohol? Do you know how to smith blades? Do you know how to fix or diagnose and fix problems with firearms? There's so many things that we could be doing to work on ourselves, and they've made it by design for us to get trapped in this world that we live in for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. We are working, we are away from our family just so we can slave away, just so we can, maintain living in this life of convenience, so we can be blinded by all the shit, so we won't prepare, so we won't be prepared to fight, so we won't have what we need, so we won't have our own water, so we won't have our own food. Because guess what? They have a literal off and on switch to our water. They have a literal off and on switch to our food, and they control our properties, our shelter, and they also control the future for security. Now, of course, we can always say you can't stop the signal, and you can't stop the signal. There will always be the ability to build devices for self preservation, whether they be firearms or other things. The challenge becomes when they're more difficult to come by, when they are illegal to possess, when they are, restricted at such a high level that if you're even slightly printing a little bit, you're going to get tackled in the streets. Um, and seeing like in the Ukraine, like they said, 60% of the firearms don't have ammunition. Like, and how often do you see somebody with like a sick ass collection, all these guns? I got, some of my homies got vault rooms filled with guns, and they don't have enough ammo. And if you don't got batteries for your tools, man, you're gonna be short. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know if this is even making sense. Yeah, can you turn a wrench? Definitely be fighting against government and or blue helmets that come in to restore order during the insurrection, like a real insurrection. Not that gay shit from January. Yep. Nope. But I can make a sandwich. Too many choices for the win. Booty traps are a good skill. Yep. And there are a lot of different ways to make them booty traps. Right on. If you are ever near NAC, let me know. We can meet up maybe. NAC. Um, Toledo. I've got evac plans. Flaws showed up during the Irma evac, though. Yeah, that's another thing. Is do you have plans with your family? Right? Does your family know? Do they know what to do? Do you have code words of everybody get the down because daddy's about to go to work with a gun? Um, yeah. AFT agent interviews, AFT agent. Yeah, you missed it, man. We had ATF, which is anything that fires podcast. It's a cool dude. His name's Evan. He's awesome. They got a great channel. It's a newer channel, but um, they don't have a whole lot of subs. They should have way more. And I think bringing him on and kind of because he's been a viewer for a while, bringing him into this community from this perspective is definitely going to help grow the channel, and it'll be good to help get good content out. DB Cooper says, "Dark, you are making perfect sense." I'm going to frame that right there because I don't typically hear that. Yeah, I'm kind of in one of those reflection moods where I'm like, man, like I'm looking back at all my years, right? And I'm looking at all the things that I've done, all the things I've not done, um, you know, places that I've failed, places that I failed miserably, places that I've done well. And I don't have enough. I'll never have enough. I don't have the water source. I have some food sources. And being that we're going into, the season, our first harvest of the season, um, you know, I don't know if we'll ever get to that point where we're living 100% off of what we have. I think that the future will probably be so controlled that you will still have access to Walmart and Target and grocery stores and shit like that, but it'll be at a cost. It'll be at a cost of freedom, right? It'll be at a cost of taking a test or wearing something or you know I look at it like this. So when there comes a day where we are fully controlled by our government counterparts, I look at it as at least half of the population will accept that shit faster than they accept you know the terms and conditions of an application that they download. And what do we all do? When we download an app on our phones, it's like we need permission to this, and they're like, yep, okay. I just want the product. I just want the product. Give me the product. Give it to me now. Give it to me for free. And that is the psyche of people our age. That's the way that they're thinking is give it to me now, give it to me for free, give it to me for cheap. And yes, I'll accept. All we need is access to your microphone. All we need is access to your pictures. All we need is access to your personal information. All we need is access to your email. All we need is like what? Are you serious? Like we're giving all of that away. Oh, and who are we giving it to? Oh, Google. Oh, well, it's just Google. It's not just Google. Look at, you can clearly see there is 100% a direct relationship between companies like Google and our government. And look at all the people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's another conversation. Sorry. Um, 5,000 and counting. That's just a 9mm. So many 5.46, maybe 5.45 and 2.23. Just like the jab. Yeah. It may be like, sure, you can enter Walmart. All you'll need is a retinal scan and wear this bracelet. And people are going to be like, well, starve to death and die and allow my family to die, or get my eyeball scanned and wear a bracelet. Okay, I'll do that. And you get to walk out with a full cart. Well, no big deal, right? What are you giving? What are you giving for that? I don't know. And this is The truth is, nobody knows where we're going to be in the future. No idea. Freedom may win in the future. Freedom may prevail. Independence may prevail in the future. And I know that every single great thing, this great experiment that has been built, is literally hanging by a cunt hair, and it could blow over like that. So the people, you guys know all this shit. I'm not saying anything new, right? We are supposed to be self-governed. We are supposed to be prudent, disciplined people. We're supposed to be people of, yeah. I don't know. I don't know where we went. I don't know where we went wrong. But the future could be bright. The most important thing is that we prepare. That's it. What will we prepare for? I have no idea. I can't tell you. But I know that whatever happens, water, food, security, shelter, security, all that shit is of the utmost importance. Angry Sarge, what's up, brother? Checking in from the great place where all the murders happen in the army. Oh, shucks. I know where that is. If I don't get groceries, no one gets groceries. That's funny. That's like the first time that the pandemic hit, and I went to a grocery store, and it was early on, right? I had just lost my job. Like, shit was just going crazy. And I walk up to the store, and there is a dude standing out front of the store with a freaking ponytail and all like man bun, ponytail, whatever. And he's like, "Sir, you can't come in without a mask on." And I was like, "Dude, if I come back with a mask on, I ain't paying for shit. Because the mask I'm coming back on comes on like this." And I'm coming back, I'm taking everything. I'm gonna be rolling 2 carts. You know how when you take out the trash and recycling, where you got one up front and one up back? I'm rolling out this bitch with 2 carts. Oh man. Andy, if you can count your ammo, you don't have nearly enough. Yeah, that's the other thing, man. It's all perspective, right? I was talking to one person, and I was like, "Man, I'm kind of having a tough time because I'm at about 7,000 rounds of ammo." And he was like, "Whoa, you have 7,000 rounds of ammo? Like, that's crazy. I can't even comprehend that shit. All I have is like a few hundred or whatever." And I thought that was a lot. And then that same day, I had another conversation with someone, and I was like, "Man, hold on." I was like, "Man, I'm at 7,000 rounds." And he was like, "Whoa, you are critically low." you know, it's all perspective, man, and we'll never have enough, right? It's all consumables. I was talking about this today with P.D. Ralph. It was like ammunition is a consumable, and so many people buy it and store it. Most of them store it incorrectly. They don't store it appropriately. They store it in humidity. If you don't have a bunch of these all over the place saying what your humidity is, what your temperature is, what, all that shit. And then, of course, your, name and address and social security number on the back. Um, that is vital. So I have one inside the safe, I have one inside that safe, and I have one in the room. And then, of course, I have one in like my daughter's room and like our room. So, because, it's important that, take care of the little ones. But, yeah, you got to store your shit appropriately too. And as you're storing it, if you do cycle through it, then you want to pull from the oldest ones out and cycle new stuff in, right? In that order. I did hit like the freaking lottery though, because we all know that like right now, if you're getting jacketed hollow points, you're typically going to be paying anywhere from 20, 25, $30 for 20 to 25 rounds, and sometimes more. And if you guys are familiar with federal BPLEs, those are federal BPLE. So like Bravo, Papa Lima Echo. Those are the 115 grain plus P plus. Those things are trucking. They're going like 1,550 feet per second, blowing shit to pieces. They're brutal rounds, and they're also expensive as fake. Like almost impossible to get. I mean, you can find them. They're all over like Gunbroker and stuff, but you're going to be paying $1 a round, right? So like one box is like $50, sometimes more. And I go to my range, and I see all these white federal boxes stacked up, and I'm like, bro, what's up with the federal? Are those BPLEs? And he was like, so they're not BPLEs. They're just like them. They actually use the same exact bullet as the BPLE, but they're brass case instead of the nickel cases, and they're not plus P plus. They're standard pressure, but the ballistics on these standard pressure 115 grain LEs, so they're like law enforcement rounds, are excellent for standard pressure jacketed hollow points. He said, "We're using them as range ammo. So when people come rent a gun, they, spend like, $30 or whatever and get a box." So I ended up getting boxes of 50 rounds of these like BPLEs. They're just standard pressure, but still, badass hollow points for $26. So about 50 cents a round. And that's $26 like after discount and tax and all that stuff. Um, so $25 for 50 rounds of jacketed hollow points. So naturally, he was like, "You're shooting here today, right? Because you can only buy ammo for them if you're there shooting." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm shooting." So I bought a box and then came back. Literally changed my clothes, changed into a different shirt and jacket, came back, and then bought another box, pretended I was going to the range, and then came back again and bought another box and was like, yeah, I'm going to the range. Can I use the bathroom first? And then I just went to the bathroom and went out the other door. So I ended up for $75 getting 150 rounds of really, really high quality jacketed hollow points. Um, Now I know that is not like super duper backstock, right? Like, you know, jacketed hollow points do serve a purpose, but full metal jackets are like typically what I stock up when I buy like ammo in the thousands. But yeah, I'm slacking. I probably have more freaking P80s than I do. And not more. You know what I mean. Anyway, okay, let's see. It's gonna be like Brave New World. Technological megacities surrounded by outskirts of savages. So true. The New Deal. Oh, yeah, true that. Gotta wear shades. hmm I don't count. I keep track of what I buy. So I switched it up. I actually do count. I quite literally count. I started taking an ammo inventory. So I literally have an inventory of, what I have, what calibers, what amount, and then from there I take what's loaded in magazines and what is packaged away. And I realized that I keep a lot loaded in magazines, and a lot of people don't load their shit in magazines. But man, it is very important to have shit ready at the ready. Doxycycline is a good treatment for Lyme disease, as well if you need to head in the woods. Can you get? So I heard of this newer site. I don't recall what it is right offhand. If I can find it for you guys, I'll find it. Apparently, it's a source where you can purchase antibiotics just like online. And when I went there, it was like, please put in all your private information. I was like, I don't know about this. Amoxicillin goes bad 3 years from date of manufacture. Wait, there was a pandemic? Did I miss something? Yeah. Jesus, stop it. Why does your grocery store Greeter sound like Cleveland from Family Guy. Oh, it's great. So white. Um, keep that roid rage at bay. Oh, and lots of testosterone. We are the minorities. Yep, for sure. I go to one every other month for TRT. Oh, for testosterone. Yeah. Sheesh. Need to re up. I've been in the ER for stitches a couple times. Never a doctor though. Yeah, it's important to make sure that you're in good health, man. Don't you just take the ammo from the biker gangs you kill? Yeah. See, it's just like Grand Theft Auto. It's exactly like Call of Duty. You just click scavenger mode and you just right? Battlefield pickups. Even though, it's historically been proven that people rig battlefield pickups with explosives, especially Vietnam. And Vietnam, that was serious. There's a lot of documentation on battlefield pickups that were rigged with explosives or that had explosive ammunition loaded in it, whether they knew it or not, because of Project Eldest Son, I think it was Eldest Son. Essentially, the United States made a lot of 7.62 by 39 ammo that was randomly filled with high explosives. And when the guys, they'd basically go and they would sneak it behind enemy lines and they would put it with their ammo. So the bad guys were loading up ammo that may explode their firearms into their faces and shrapnel their whole ish and likely kill them. And if you guys have seen like videos of dudes in the Middle East that are just shooting AKs, wah, and then they just randomly boosh and blow up. But they usually don't die because they're shooting it from the hip, right? Why would they shoulder it and aim? That's stupid. And they usually live through it, right? Dust cover comes off in two pieces, like bent. Like the energy from a round from something that small filled with high explosives is not that crazy, right? But when you pressurize it, and you guys know how much pressure a barrel adds, it's crazy. Ammo equals weight. How much can you carry? If shit hit the fans and you no longer have a home to store your things, yeah, for sure. And that's something to think of too. Is like, yeah, you can stack up all the water, all the food, all the ammo, all the gear, all the everything. If you have to go on the road, man, super limited, super limited. Um, yeah, I mean, there's other ways to kind of, work around that. You could definitely stash stuff. You can. I'm not a big believer in burying stuff all over the place because, I mean, if you don't constantly visit your burial sites, your, caches. I mean, you may drive by a place where you cached like $10,000 worth of shit, and they're building a new fucking development over it, pouring concrete for a new what do you call it, foundation right over where your shit is buried. Um, and then I had someone say, "No, that's why you bury them in national parks." I'm like, dude, don't bury guns and ammo and food and shit like that in a national park, bro. Oh man, it's crazy. I mean, do whatever you gotta do to survive. I'm just saying. I also store my 3D filament with pounds of desiccant or whatever they are, the dry packs, in a sealed container to keep it crispy. Hell yeah, you got to. Bro, if you can drive it, do it up, man. Do it up. I'm going to be sitting here trying to, figure out how these 3D printed things work, and you're going to be up there doing freaking Mach 1, dropping 20 Mike rounds on uh, infidels. Um, Piston Hawk. Walmart hardly has any ammo, anyways. I haven't seen any 410 in a very long time. Yeah, Walmart. I think it was something like I may have to pull up the article, but like now they removed ammunition from like 65% of Walmart stores, Dick's Sporting Goods did the same. Mostly they did it in like major metropolitan areas. So like closer to where like I lived a couple years ago, none of the Walmarts, none of the Dick's, none of that shit has ammunition or guns. They don't sell guns anymore either. Um, it's so bizarre because they also completely neglect the sporting goods section. They leave out knives and like all this other stuff. Like it's like they want people to come steal their stuff so they don't have to worry about like selling it or something. I don't know. No one's ever there, so it's like a self-serve, I guess. How long until the National Guard armory falls? I have a pretty good stock of ammo currently, but if I get reckless with the belt feds, I could be in short supply quickly. Yeah, man. Um, volume of fire is important, but turns out accuracy is even more important. I will quote somebody, and people are going to give me shit over this, but it's not the first person to get shots off. It's the first person to get accurate shots in the meaty bits, right? It's all about hits, shot placement. Bass Pro and Academy will be empty within hours of an EMP, guarantee it. Yeah, and I mean that's like if it's an EMP, right? Like it may be a hurricane that takes us out. Like we have no idea. Went to Walmart like a month ago for the first time, and I can't tell you how long they had Jack and shit. Yeah. Shit hit the fan. I'm going to a local armory of national origin. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Here's what I'll say. Um, the lockpicking lawyer has published some videos on this. If you look at all the types of mounts that are available for long guns that are in police cruisers, there are a few. There are cuff mounts that are actual cuffs, and there are the magnetic. Why is Flying Rich calling me? Hold on, I got to take this now.
Call from Flying Rich.
Flying Rich, you're live on stream, brother.
Oh boy, hold on. Let me get Ralph on.
You getting Ralph on?
Hey,
IPS, what's up, brother? Hey, I'm on stream right now.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, it's your boy DLD After Dark, back at it again with another live stream and no fucking guest.
Hey, y'all missed the guest, all right? Y'all missed him.
No, we don't believe you. We don't believe you had a guest.
Dude, I had the ATF on.
Was the guy Alonzo Thomas Foxtrot? What was his name?
No, his name was Evan. He's with the ATF. He said Ralph wants to party.
Yeah, too many times is right. Ralph is tipsy on a Tuesday. Let us come on. Send the fucking link, Dark, and come on.
Dude, I was so far. I'm just catching up. I was so far behind on chat. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Put a big dick in chat if you want them to come on. Big penis, like an 8. Do like an 8, a bunch of equal signs, and then a capital D, like something like that. You know, if you want them to come on. Not Ralph, not him. No, don't want Ralph on. I'm just kidding. I'm playing. No one's saying that. So people. He said, "Hell yeah." BB Luminous says, "Big penis." Oh, we got a dick. We got our first dick. Sport Brand says, "Tallywhacker." Oh, Flying Rich did the dick too. Ooh, that's a very interesting penis head, my friend. I'm not gonna lie, Tallywhacker. Oh man. You said corn pop?
Yeah, corn pop. I sent him a patch.
Corn pop. Did you get the patch that Flying Rich sent you? It looks like Kimball did a vagina, so that would be the opposite. All right, I think we got enough. Martin Kaminsky did a little chode with like trickles coming out of it. Oh man! All right, I'll send it over to you guys. Hang tight. All right, hold up, guys. I'll get it over. Oh, where is it at? All right, hold on. Okay, P80 Roofie and Flying Rich. All right, just sent the invites. Blue waffles, everybody. Blue waffles are delicious. If you haven't taken the time to try blue waffles, you may want to go to a search engine, like some of the more popular search engines, and search blue waffles. Only if you're hungry, though. Only if you're hungry. That's important. He said, "Fuck no." I mean, I applaud Kimball for having vaginas on his mind. You know what? I'm with it. I'm with it. See, here we go, man. You're
Is it
coming
bad if
on.
Ralph and I were both remotely drinking together, and then we figure like we'll fuck with Dark?
I mean, I've heard of crazier things,
So Ralph
Schnazi.
was drinking. I decided I'd pour myself some wine. I'm dipping into my wife's box wine from Costco.
Ooh, box wine.
That's because
I
I'm
have
out
those
of
very
tequila. Well,
often.
I got the Costco tequila. I don't have the Patron that I like.
That's still good stuff, man. You know what? I may see what you started, Dark. I know, Jeff. I know, man. And by the way, man, shout out to the channel members, man. You guys are awesome. You guys help this shit keep going. I'm
Channel
super
member,
grateful.
channel member.
Gentlemen, I caught a shooting guy in New England who was going through his chat, and he was like, channel member. He's a channel member. He's like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
White boy's got no rhythm, and he's
It's
all into the hip
infectious,
hop.
man. It's infectious. It's hard to like go through this and not be like channel member. And when I have a guest on that doesn't know and doesn't get it, and they hear me be like channel member, they're like, what the fuck? Flying Rich, did you try the Don Julio 70th anniversary tequila? It's fucking great.
No, but Detective John Kimball, I'll send you my address. Send me some over right now.
Oh, that's kind. That's kind for you guys to exchange information. So, guess what I got tonight?
I don't know, but I got to answer one car fast. Bush Light, are you out of your mind? Anything lesser than Miller Light tastes like frickin' piss water.
Bush Light.
Bush
Oh,
Light. Ugh. I
oh
wouldn't let my
man.
dog drink that. What are you talking about? Stroh's is on the way? Yeah, okay.
Make your own damn lazy.
Dude, when
Oh,
the high
make
school
your own. Oh,
kids
I
when I
get
was
what you're saying.
21 and
Make your
the high
booze.
school kids were hanging out at 7-Eleven, they wanted Strohs. I'm like, look, I'll throw in a couple extra bucks. You're gonna drink Budweiser. I'm not buying you Strohs.
I don't even know what the fudge.
Meister Brow. Woo.
Bro, when we were kids, we used to drink Natty Light. We used to drink, um, for you guys that may not know, that is Natural Light. Miller High Life was like $13.99 for a 30 pack, a 30 pack, a 35. Yeah, like something crazy. It was ridiculous. And it was all right, but then I got on like an MGD kick, and I was drinking MGD like crazy, but I would always drink 40s too. 40s were great because you were allowed to drink 40-ounce brews back in the day. Now they will not allow you to drink 40s. Um, Everything is like 32 ounces and
Is that like menthol cigarettes? You can't drink 40s?
I crazy horse 40s. Yeah. So I used to drink Steel Reserve for a little while. I stopped drinking Steel Reserve because it's like motor oil. And oh, look at this corn pop. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. With a $2 super
I
sticker.
never realized Corn Pop's emoji or icon or whatever was a Moonite until like one day when you posted his comment. I'm like, holy shit, that's a Moonite.
I actually didn't notice that his icon was a Moonite until you just said that right now. And
No.
I would like to also say that I have no fucking clue what a Moonite is.
What? What? You're telling me you don't know Frylock?
Who?
Meatwad, Frylock, Master Shake?
I have no idea what any of that is.
No. You are gonna be up all night watching frickin' the best shit TV ever.
I'm gonna be up all night watching the best shit. See, you guys drinking and shit, man. You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you doing?
Ralph.
What are you
Do you know
doing?
what a Moonite is?
Are you
Moon
trying to Hey,
A moon
my-
night?
Ralph isn't born in the U.S. He might not know this. Do you know what a
don't know what the
Moonite
fuck
is?
A night when the moon is out, motherfucker. I don't know.
No. A Moonite, Meatwad, Frylock, Master Shake.
Oh, the Cartoon Network. What's that show called?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Hunger Force.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that shit.
What about it?
Just asking because Dark didn't know that shit.
Hey, I print shit, yo. He was featured on hey, shout out to I
Yes.
print shit. He was featured in the fucking Handle It Grips post.
What?
Handle It Grips did a post where
So
you're showing the
all
double
right,
Glock.
now IPS
For real?
has me going. Is it a G17 or a G19?
The
He's
one in
got
the
both.
video. Well, yeah, the one in the video was a 17.
No. Does he have both or just one? Which one?
Delta 10. See, that's sketchy. Because it's like they keep trying to skip the 9. It's like it's a 8. There's a 10.
So they do have the 9.
I don't see anything.
Delta
THC.
9 tetrahydrocannabinol, THC. Now,
But THC is 0. That's like the light version with no weed.
THCO, which so apparently what they've done with the Delta 10s is they've taken, of course, the 0.03 Delta 9 or whatever, and then so IPS says he has both, and then they take the Delta 8 and CBD and a lot of those properties, and then they basically pack this shit with a synthetic cannabinoid, which your body, your brain, your receptors accepts it as if it were cannabis.
Are you still pissing dirty though?
It depends. It depends on when I'm pissing.
Well, that's a solid, legit question because that's why I've stopped taking Delta 8s. I tried that shit a couple times and I was told by someone, you're going to piss dirty. If
you absolutely will piss dirty if you're within like a...
I can't afford that. So
Dude,
gummies are a no-go
I
for me.
lost a $20,000 job increase because I ate Poppy bagels.
What?
I heard that that's a thing. The poppy makes it do like a false and positive or some shit, which is
Positive for heroin and opium.
But they can redo the test and it'll come out clean as long as it's like within 24 hours or something. Yeah, but
Right, but they didn't get the test results back for 7 days, so I couldn't do it. I couldn't retest.
Well, the other thing is that actual heroin, if you were to shoot heroin right now and then piss in a cup, you would, as long as your body metabolized it into morphine, you would piss dirty for opiates / heroin, whatever. 3 days later, you will piss clean, or sooner. It depends.
Sounds sketchy.
No, I mean, like,
yeah, that Delta 8 shit, Delta 10, I don't trust none of that, bro. All that fake me out, wannabe weed, but really it is weed. I don't know, bro. It sound like Rich was all opiumed up off that poppy bake.
Dude, I ate Poppy
you have
bagels
strawberry
for
cream
breakfast
cheese?
for like 3 years straight.
Did you have strawberry cream cheese with it?
Usually just regular plain.
With crackers and butter?
No crackers and butter. No, only drug addicts do that.
Hey,
cracking open a can of Lone Star, the Texas branded beer, and having a bag of HEB white cheddar cheese puffs. Recognized.
Let me just say this. Oh, God. Let me just say this. I bought a 6-pack of cans of the Lone Star beer. I went to I was going down 6th Street in Austin, and 6th Street is, like the party spot, right? And there's a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, 6th Street. Woo!
You ain't never been to that motherfucker. And there's homeless people all over 6th Street. There's actually a shelter that's pretty close to there, and like depending on when you're going in and out and whatnot, like you may literally need to like walk over like sleeping bodies on the ground. And it was at night. It was party time like crazy. Like there were people all in the streets, and it was just nuts. And I saw a dude holding a sign that I can't remember, but it said something like hilarious. Okay. And I was like, dude, the fact that you like put like thought into your sign and that it was funny as fuck, made me like come to you. And I started talking to him, and I was like, if I gave you money, what would you do with it? He was like, honestly, man, I just want beer. I was like, okay, well, I appreciate that. I'll go get you beer right now. He's like, really? He's like, most people are like, I'll give you money, but you got to promise to use it for food or something. He's like, I just need beer. I was like, you got it. So I went and bought him a 6-pack of Lone Star, walked that bitch right back out to him. Like, boom, here you go. He was like, yo, will you drink one with me? Oh, yeah.
Did
So
you?
right there on 6th Street with a homeless dude crack his shoes.
All right, are you wearing a suit and tie while you're doing that?
I was literally about to say I was in full fucking business attire, sitting on the ground of an alley drinking a beer with a random dude.
Wait. What I want to let everybody know is, do you know how Crump's wife identifies who Dark is?
The guy who eats gummies?
No.
She doesn't
He's
know
the well-dressed guy.
the well-dressed guy.
Oh, the gentleman in the suit with the
Yes,
full
like a
auto
fine-looking
SPRs
gentleman.
with the suppressors and some horsepower.
Oh man, yeah.
Did she end up robbing you, bro?
No, hell no. Yeah, I'm still strapped. When I go to Texas, I'm still strapped. If I go to another place that I have reciprocity, I'm still gonna stay strapped. If I go somewhere that I don't have reciprocity, I'm still strapped.
So I was walking into the bank.
You mean I've been doing it wrong all this while?
I was walking into the bank earlier today, and in Texas, they make it very obvious when you cannot carry in the place.
Yeah.
It's like on the glass. It was like on the glass door by Texas Code 30.004 or some bullshit. If you carry in here, it's a felony and this and that. And I looked at it and I was like, yeah, let me leave this in my car.
Really? In Florida,
that.
I can go to a bank. You just can't go into the
t-shirt.
post office.
I was wearing a t-shirt. Like, it would have been very obvious I was strapped. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to cause a scene here. Let me just leave this in the glove box. I locked the glove box, locked the car, but yeah, I wasn't gonna.
I just leave it on the roof of my car. I just say,
on the roof of the car, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you crazy motherfucker.
Using that neodymium magnet, right? Dude, I mean, fuck it. So in the state of Virginia, you are not allowed to carry a firearm into a bank, into a post office, into a church without permission from the property owner.
Why wouldn't they want you carrying in a bank?
Why wouldn't they want you carrying in a bank? That logic, it's a circular argument.
I'm asking the wrong people.
I mean, obviously, in my head, being the teller and knowing someone is armed may make them feel uncomfortable. Like if you saw someone open carrying in the bank, that would be a little uncomfortable. However, concealed carry, like it was very obvious in the door that no matter if you had a permit or not, open or concealed, like whatever you do, if you step in here with a gun, you're committing a felony. And it was
That's crazy.
Just not a fucking risk I wanted to take. I just
I know, dude. I do the same thing.
I just needed a new card. I didn't want to deal with all that shit. I was like, okay, I'll leave it in the car. Fuck it.
Yeah, I do the same thing at the post office.
Yeah, at church, they give you a list when you get your permit. They give you a list of all the places that you're not allowed to carry.
The post office has no signs.
Post office, federal property, man.
Yeah, it's federal property. And
So
the bank thing, I think, does vary state by
So
state. But I
here's
personally, what I would do is when you walk into a place and you see a sign on the front, look very closely at the sign. Okay, they usually use a revolver in the picture, so just be like, "Oh, I'm not carrying a revolver or a
I
Bowie
have a
knife."
Glock,
or if
motherfucker.
it's a semi-auto, it's a Beretta.
Yeah, right. So it's
No,
like
I'm
I don't
carrying
have
a
a
SIG
Beretta.
P365. I'm cool.
Like that silhouette does not resemble the weapon I have.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not carrying a Bowie knife and a Beretta across like this. So I'm good. I'm good.
No, I don't cross carry. That's like Deadpool does that. I don't do that.
Yeah. You don't get such a list in Georgia. Well, good. That's good, man. You shouldn't have to get a list. You shouldn't have to get a permit. You shouldn't have to get a motherfucking thing. You should
Gun.
have fucking 12 gauge shotguns installed in both of your arms when you're born.
In fact, when you go into a bank, they should hand you a gun if you don't have one.
Guns from the Grave makes a great point down in the comment section there. You're only a criminal if you get caught.
Ding, 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 ding. So that's
Or-
exactly what I was going to say. That your boy Dark does carry in a bank. I do carry in a post office. I do. There is not any motherfucking time that this motherfucker is not on a motherfucker. So,
Oh, I got a question for One Car Fast. Does he have a camera installed in my house?
20 rounds in that bitch.
I have one of those.
Yeah, where'd you get it?
The internet.
So true.
I carry 20 rounds in this bitch in my Glock 19, but it's crazy because I can carry the same thing in my 43X.
Yep.
Like, bro, this joint is so fat and the 43X is so slim. Like,
dude, it's crazy. So I actually went shooting today, okay, and put a couple hundred rounds through my shit, and I was like, let me shoot my carry gun, right, bro? First off, let me just tell you, at like 12 yards, that bitch was like smaller than a cue ball. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe you. I want to see video.
Okay.
I saw the video.
I have some video.
I saw a video you posted, but I didn't see no groups on paper, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I actually got any groups on paper.
Okay, all
Let
right.
me tell you what
I'm like usually 13 yards for me. It's like a shot glass.
I print shit said, what extension are you carrying on that, Ralph? This is a Tyrant Designs +5. I have this on a 19 and a 17 magazine. It comes with a super extra powerful spring, so they definitely feed well.
Nice.
A lot of the extensions come with springs, but sometimes they don't have a tough enough spring to feed with the extra rounds, but zero malfunctions with the Tyrant Design shit. Their mag extensions are good to go. However, I would not recommend some of their other not so extended accessories.
I'm getting some. I don't know if this is just me. I'm getting some crackling from you, Ralph.
Hold on, bro.
Let me see. Hold on. Rich, say something.
Hold on, I muted. I just was seeing if that was me.
Am I crackling? Is it me?
Yeah.
It's Ralph.
Check the connection of your mic. Damn, now it's crackling like a pumpkin.
Are you connected by USB or XLR?
He's connected by.
Now we
muted.
can't hear him.
IPS, if you're still muted.
Hello.
Yeah.
Are we no crackle?
I don't hear any crackle. Maybe it was the chips.
Fuck that mother.
Totally.
Shit, bro. Damn, I was not expecting that. I just wanted to be an asshole and push it out the frame, but yeah, I had problems with that on the last live stream.
Fix that.
Well, Ralph, for you, because I love you so much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this empty box.
So that looks almost like the one I have, but not really.
Yeah, it's the, I don't know if you got the mini.
I have the Yeti Nano.
Oh yeah, this is the full size Yeti Blue.
Okay, now yeah, I got the Yeti Nano. So fuck
Yeah.
all that.
Oh, hold on. Hopefully, I can screenshot that.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah,
external mic shit. We just gonna rock with the. Damn, was it crackling the whole time, bro?
No, not the whole time.
Just towards the end there.
Yeah, yeah.
Might have to play
So
it.
I ran the 43X and was happy that it was, you know, within a pretty solid group, probably like, you know, like that. And the reason I say that, what's up, Duck Duck? The reason I say that is because the sights that I changed to on the 43X, they're not like the super fine sights. They're the thicker combat sights. So it's like I don't feel like they're like as accurate as they can be. You know what I'm saying? They're actually fucking off.
Bro, we should be on Otreon right now, holding glass.
Utreon.
We technically are on Utreon right now.
What did I say?
Otreon.
Ultreon.
How do you say it?
Utreon.
So think of Patreon, but Utreon. So we are on Utreon right now. We are simulcasting to Utreon currently.
Are you really?
Yes. Every single stream that I do is also simulcasted to Odyssey and Utreon.
Oh, well, good shit.
Well, I mean, once it's done, it's copied over there. But are you live streaming to Utreon right now?
No. Good point. So
Okay.
I'm not live streaming to Utreon. Yeah, good catch.
So if YouTube cut the stream, Utreon would keep it going. Is that right? Yeah, I see you with your Hackathorn Ameriglow sites.
Look at you with the language.
Tell me how I know that, Dark.
Because you got the same fucking shit.
Ameriglow is the way to go.
Bro, I can get them joints for like, oh, actually, I got these for like $36.
I was going to say 50. You said 36?
Yeah, man. But it was a one-off. It was a dude selling them.
Can you do that again? Because goddamn, I need like 3 more, bro.
Bro, I know, man. I know. I need to throw some shits on this motherfucking.
Marconi sent me their Glock 23 slide.
Damn.
Hold on, let me lick my Cheeto fingers.
Oh yeah, you got to clean them joints off before you handle that joint.
It's like no.
Ameriglow's going on. Yeah, so I can get the standard like Glock, like 19, 17, whatever, for about $60.
So the Marconi shit, if you get the sights with it, it comes with the fiber optic shit with different colors.
Nice.
But they actually install the sights for you. And if you use coupon code P80Ralph, you'll get 15% off. This is a $300 slide, but you can get it for like $240 if you use my code.
Oh yeah, that's
is that with all the parts or no parts?
That's no parts. It's
a blank slide, but it's one of the best slides aftermarket wise that I've personally experienced, and I say that based on experience. You know, the way everything fits together and functions and cycles, like, bro.
I'll agree. I haven't had one actually in my hands, but based on what I have seen from Marconi Armory, I am thoroughly impressed. And if they ever get the opportunity to send a slide to Dark,
40 cal 23, motherfucker. 40 cal Dark.
So you're gonna get the conversion barrel, right?
No,
the 40 to 9
double Glock, one side Marconi 40, one side Marconi 9.
I can't hear you. You're cutting out. I can't hear you. 9mm.
Yes, I'm gonna get a 9, and the other side 40.
No.
It'll be Marconi 40 and 9, double Glock, 2 triggers. Yes.
Please. Okay, so I'm not going to play this because I'll get a copyright strike, and I've gotten 2 copyright strikes on the last 2 videos that I've had.
So what?
Goddamn, because I played accidentally when YouTube auto-played a video after we used.
So what? You're not gonna make 50 cents on ad revenue? Play that shit, motherfucker.
I know. Can you believe it? There is a song that is called
Yo.
what is it? I think
Why
it's.
is my mic not working?
I can hear you just fine now.
Dude, why don't you take that to the range and shoot it?
Shoot the fuck up. No, we're shooting the dick butt for sure.
Oh, you got a dick butt? Cool.
We're gonna drill a hole in his head. We're gonna fill it with
No,
jelly,
no.
shoot it
No.
with slow motion, and just watch it blow up.
Yeah,
Fuck
but wait. Put a little baggie of tannerite in there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
or
let's do
something. I
Tannerite.
just want to see this
You know
thing
what?
blow the fuck up.
I
bro.
will send you something to put inside him. I'll send you something to put inside him.
Wait a second. That was
Hey, Tech Money in the house, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Hey.
money, 40, and I ain't talking no malt liquor. Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. Tech, let them know that big 40. Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no.
40 never left.
Make 40 great again. I love a 40 slap.
Yes. Play some more 40 comments here. Yes, Ralph is geeking about the double Glock. Yes.
wait. So, Ralph, that dick butt. That was when you were out of town and Chairman Juan left that on your printer or printed that out.
I gave him the keys so he could watch my prints and pick up my packages because I was expecting packages. And yeah, I came home to dick butt on my fucking Ender 3.
And he timed it perfectly.
It was like an hour later, yeah, because I had to stop at Primary Arms to pick up some parts and shit. So I stayed in Houston for like an hour. But
So
yeah.
you came home and the bed was all the way forward, print completed. That shit was
dick
perfect.
butt right there. And
Damn.
to be completely fair, damn, I'm slurring. And to be completely fair, Jesus, why was that so difficult? I was like, yo, you better have not used some of my filament, bro. And he left me 2 extra rolls, but he used one of my rolls.
I was gonna say he used
gave
a
me
whole
2 free.
roll on that bitch.
Well, it was like a half a roll, but he gave me 2 rolls for free. So I was like, this motherfucker, yo, I hate him, but that was kind of funny.
He said that dude is closet gay for you, Ralph. Damn.
Don't say that, bro. He came through earlier with some beers, and yeah, he was acting a little on the homo side, but nah, that's my guy, Chairman.
That's just how he is, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just very flamboyant with his ways. Like, I know he doesn't have any gay shit coming towards me. He's a married man and he likes bitches too. And yeah, come on, bro. Don't be talking that gay shit in the comments. Get the fuck out of here.
I've known a lot of dudes like that. I've grown up like
they're called metrosexuals. They act gay, but they're straight.
I went to a high school with a guy like that, and at the 30-year reunion, he says, "I'm gay," and I said, "When did you find out?"
Oh,
yeah, like you can always tell, man. You can always tell.
So I did shit. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know we'd be DMing and shit, but so when he came through earlier, I let him hold the double Glock, and he was all, yeah, I don't think I could do anything with this. And I was like, bro, but you just got to do the ergo here and cut the thumb slot there and do the finger grooves. And he was like, I don't know about this. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be a Chairman double Glock, bro. He was not fucking with that joint, bro. Like, I'm so sorry to say that here live first, but he wasn't looking too promising. You may have to convince him, bro, or we may have to get the community to do like a poll. Chairman Juan, double Glock, yes or no? And if enough,
I think we've already proven that the community thinks that Chairman Juan is down to do a poll. Sorry. I'm joking. I love Chairman.
You ain't lying. But yeah, he wasn't too happy about the double Glock. Just the whole, like, because the way you hold it is really awkward, bro. It takes up like the entire right of your hand, and then trying to throw that second hand on there to pull the other trigger is really can I convince a stipple without an ergo change? You can do the stipple. He's given out the knowledge on how to stipple. The ergo change is the biggest thing here, though, bro. We need better cuts for the grip, because I'm like I'm saying, once you throw that second hand on there, it just feels so like fucking huge. No homo.
Yeah.
This looks so bad. They're gonna crop something in this photo. Let me stop that. But yeah, once you grab that to try to pull both triggers at the same time, it's such an awkward hold that I can't really envision.
Sorry.
But I have seen shooting footage of it, and it looks like it works. But like it's 1940, one side 9, one side 40. Like,
yeah, that is. I wouldn't do that. I would do both same calibers.
Why 9 and 40, bro? Tell me why, Dark. Is this a bad?
You remember this? Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Killer. Oh, hold on. I'm trying not to. Oh, if anybody out there knows what that joint is, hold on.
No idea.
Killer, pop, giving them shots from the double Glock.
Oh, there's already a double Glock?
So actually in like the 90s, maybe the early 2000s, hold on. When was this? So Bone Thugs and Harmony came out with a song called Shots to the Double Glock. And it was like,
the double Glock?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, but
I mean, I guess if you're holding two, that's a double Glock.
it is so fire. The song is so fire.
Play the fucking, so fuck the copyright strike. You already got it.
Down the glide and slide on the clear.
Then let's ride.
Tony Tone, when we bone on the dark side.
So easy to convince Dark to do shit, yo. Tell him enough times and he'll do it.
So nigga, don't get me wrong, my niggas swing them things.
You ready for it?
Yeah, yo, it all remains the same. Stepping your catches on good shots, murder one on the clear, knock,
Mocha.
What's up, nigga, get your foot in the mud, pop in, I can't stop now. Nigga that I fuck with, kill, pop to the chest, how does it feel? And nigga, we feel cats back, finna get your wig cracked back. Kill, and I'm bugging on down, I wish you would. Try to get some rhythm, bitch, nigga, don't test my hood. A first degree murdering wig, split a grave, digger, digging a ditch, putting a bitch and the snitches in the pit.
So don't fuck with.
Throw them bones at the missus, bro.
The foundation of niggas committing the crime.
Murdering every time. Niggas beware, cause they're gonna clear. Mobbing like some soldiers, watch me vulture. For acting like somebody never told ya. So off we go.
Wait for it.
Bless some souls with that 9-shot. Giving props.
Pump, wanna let my shirt down.
Give me the goodies and nigga
Okay, so hold up. Okay, so if you slow down a little bit, because they rap very quickly, he says, pump, when I let my shells down. Now give me the goodies and he says niggy, so I'll say that. Now give me the goodies and give me dash. I reach for the gauge and mask. Shout out 187 and blast. Like, what? That is like the most gangsterism shit I've ever heard. Let me bring it back.
Bring it back.
Zip, 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 101.
When I put a shell down, hit a lick, now give me the goodies and nigga me dash. I reach for the gauge and mash. Shut up 187 and blast. Nigga don't test nut, chill nuts, fuck. You feeling the rap for the boneyard. Thugging up with the driver shifting, coming up for your whole corn, bitch. Stand this nigga's brother, the glare, face up in them chop. We ripping them bets with buck shots. Pop, nigga, never shot to reap in this guts now. Crazy, lazy, busy, flesh with them wicked now. We straight up that Glock. We don't get your wings split now. He's 99, follow me down the niggas, we fucking the dogs out. Better get your pop, niggas be chipping and flipping as soon as they get out.
And for all of you out there, grab his pipe. That was a slang term for a handgun. People would call handguns pipes, referring to their barrels. Just let you know.
Pipe, burner, toaster, all of that.
Yep, heater, thing, problem solver.
All of that. We want all of that. I want the smoke. I want the heat. We ready.
Thule. There was always the Thule.
Hey, Keith Lock just dropped the song called Thule.
What?
Before I wake up, I grab my motherfucking Thule. You never heard that joint?
Nah.
It's a fire song. You should listen to the new album.
Dude, I mean, I like the shit I fuck with is like what's it called? I wrote. Oh, what is it?
He said back in my day they call it a jammy. Well, now they don't jam no more.
Yeah,
Yanny.
right. Well,
He must have been using a fucking high point.
high points typically work, but no, I think people called it a jammy, like not because it jammed, like it was just kind of like that, like a jump, you know?
Oh, that's that jammy. Okay.
Yeah, that
Got
one
that
jammy.
jammy on me.
Yeah. And what's I can't think of the shit. It's like I roll with old school cats. They call gats toolies. Call blunts. No, that was Biggie. Biggie. Biggie.
Yeah. Oh.
One day December, you're cutting the murder.
Hey, you already got the strike anyways, my lucky planet.
You got the mix. To the double block, block, pop, pop, giving them shots to the double block, block.
But them killers, straight up thuggers, ripping thugs, bloody suckers, gauging pumping ruptures, nickel tripping, shutting fuckers down, fucking them copper down, around the crowd. These badges spread it on the ground, ain't no sound, just the demon screaming, rest in peace. I guess you got the suffer, vinegar dip.
Points don't jam, man.
Body rupture, my victims on the mission, flipping, living on the darker side, creeping on your homicide. Let my nuts in my get take low, I won't go by. Don't get through my thuggish ass for the night with my pipe, dug it down the double block,
Trying to get my swerve on.
watching my back, while 6'5" try to roll low. But
One to the simplest head and one in his body.
Now beat my creep, I keep the reaper smoke all up inside me. We hood, we better, we stuck, we looking like crews to carry every bang.
Lazy bone.
Now we willing and able, rolling with group. This bitch better check my label, murder them. Never come again. With a scatless nigga said, I'm bloody nigga to be on my level. 88 is a so this get a nigga don't take the wrong time. You were into the hood or with spitters. Cover you down, out of cut with the thugs and hunters wrong. Cleveland Browns, you don't come home and
Of a clear player. Dumped in a ditch, bitch. Cause them thugs. Leaving them up in a couple of blood. Say what?
Don't make me go in my trench. Nigga, you got me dead.
Oh, fucked up,
Your
you
love so now you gotta get sent to your graveside of John Doe for fucking with love.
thugs running them up.
Don't let us fuck up in you, the dummy, we never divide.
We nationwide with the buck.
So where you at, where you at? I'm strapped and ready to snap and yank a nigga snap back. Spit a Kool-Aid hat in the red yard, bumper bed again.
Damn.
Up on the flat.
He said a Kool-Aid hat. Oh,
He said we knocking niggas snap caps back. Ain't that what he said?
a Kool-Aid hat. Yeah, god damn.
The Kool-Aid hat?
Yeah, I guess that's when their whole shit is red as a motherfucker.
Oh!
In the red yard, bumper
Yeah, hold on.
So where you at, where you at? I'm strapped and ready to snap and yank a nigga snap back. Spit a Kool-Aid hat in the red yard.
Woo! We stacking niggas snapbacks back, bro.
You gon' want some bitch on what the motherfucker wanna wonder
Whammy with a Tech 9, now bitch, test your luck. So, IPS, this is for you. Pop, pop, giving them shots to the double Glock lock. Okay? We'll finish it out for you, player. DLD, a copyright strike.
You just got it?
Oh, no, that's an old one. That's one from the last stream. My
I
apologies.
don't know, because the way you were playing it, it was like kind of like, yo, is he really playing a song? Like you couldn't really think. Not
Yeah, I
think.
wasn't like really playing it. I was like playing it, you know?
Yeah, Rich ain't want nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah, Rich, did you fall asleep again?
No, I'm not snoring or anything. So don't think going live on that.
You were snoring last night, though. I will say.
No way.
Was it last night or was that the night before?
No way.
It was one of the two. Man, that shit. Yeah.
Did he really hit the snore, bro?
Dude,
Totally.
that shit was like amazing. I've never heard snoring like that in my life.
I snored so loud I woke myself up.
Dirt said achievement unlocked.
Yes.
It was for commentary and fair use. You know, I wish. I'm hoping that Bone Thugs and Harmony have fallen so far off that they don't have people checking for copyright claims.
Pretty sure you're not going to get a copyright for that, bro. That's
Yeah,
all
we'll see. Typically,
Dude, refresh your page, man. I'm sure you got a copyright strike already.
UMG Music is the only record label out here pursuing copyright strikes. They own every one of the big names, bro. You play any Drake, Gucci, 21 Savage, Lady Gaga, like any of these fucking popular names that you hear on the radio, they're owned by UMG, Universal Music Group. They own everybody, bro. You play any of that shit, you get a UMG copyright strike. Every song I've ever played that had a copyright strike was a UMG copyright strike.
dude, I get
like ever.
from like, so it was something on autoplay. I played a video that we played in fair use to do commentary over, and autoplay was still on. So it immediately went to autoplaying the next video, and it had a song in the background. 4 seconds of a song got me a copyright claim.
Yeah. So, like I said, UMG don't play, bro. They out here looking for all that money. They don't want you making money on their shit. Straight up. UMG is a straight up money music group, bro. That's all they're about.
Yeah, man. That shit cray. Well, I've already been on here for about 2.5 hours now, so
it's 2:20. We got 10 more minutes, Dark.
Yeah,
dude, another 40, it'll be 3 hours.
8.5 more minutes. How about that?
Right.
Yeah, I was
Dark,
like,
what you have for dinner, Dark?
I'm gonna end
Wait.
tonight.
Are Dark's eyelids heavy? Is he gonna fall asleep on stream?
No, until I see Dark halfway falling asleep, guys.
His face on the desk.
Guys. We haven't seen that yet.
Am I really like that? Do I get like that?
Fuck yeah, eyes all over.
Well, so one thing that people may not know about me, depending on the angle, my eyes just like always look chinky, like no matter what.
Chinky? What? Chinky? Oh my god, I can't believe you said that.
We know when Dark is
we can't be friends anymore, Dark.
Oh, come on. It's
it's not it's off the gummies.
Dude, I don't even eat them like that, bro. The only reason I get gummies is because y'all talk about it so much.
I got some crumbs on my shit.
Montana said, another hour, please. Montana.
That's what I'm saying. I just joined, bro. Like, what are you doing going to sleep, Dark? It's only 11:06.
Well, I've made a new commitment to myself, and
break it.
Start,
it's not worth keeping.
Better. I'm gonna start.
I give up on that.
Awake after the Bone Thugs.
Give up on that also.
Yeah, I said chingy. IPS. I hope you love that little segment there. That was for you.
Pop, giving the Glocks from the double shots. I mean, shots from the double Glock. I said, man.
I know IPS is gonna be like banging that shit for the next like 2 weeks straight. Ooh wee.
Do you see what that is?
Oh, bro.
That's the trophy. I was going to ask about that.
Double Glock.
Wait, is that the double Glock?
It's the double Glock.
Nice.
Damn.
It's the double Glock.
Roasted.
I had to wipe my hands on my pants here so we can roast the double Glock.
Dude.
You got to make those taller. The upright's got to be a little taller.
No. The double Glock is in full effect. And I even hand signed the back of the plaque here, so you can't really tell, but there is a P80 Ralph signature on this board here. It's the first trophy I ever actually signed. And we have the custom Chairman Juan.
Damn.
Fuck P80, but there's still a Ralph on there, and the O light with the switch. You see there's a switch on this.
There's a switch.
You see the switch on this?
Don't tell the ATF. They'll confiscate that.
Okay.
This trophy is legit, and I did it as a bloody trophy because he had the bloody double Glock.
He did.
I was even gonna, and this is proto pasta red, candy apple red here. So this looks the same red, but when you look closer at this, it's got sparkles in it and shit. I had to swap the layers and all that. So
Damn.
Candy apple red proto pasta for the flame at all times. You super glue 2 Glocks together? No, it's a lot more complex than that. Try building one. I'll give
No,
you.
I think he was talking about the trophy.
No. It's a file. It was printed like that.
Nice. That's dope.
This is not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had a lot of members of the community. So Rusty Mosen designed the base. He took Chairman Juan designed this photo here with the O light. So Chairman Juan photo. Rusty Mosen designed the trophy, and Alpha 3D was the one that did the double Glock up top.
Nice.
Different members of the community came together to put this together, bro.
Dude, that's gangster.
I love the 3D community, bro. It's crazy the shit we come up with, and people just all contribute their own little piece, and it, bro.
I gotta say, man. Right now, I am working on finishing up a build that may be worthy of a trophy.
Better
It
not
may.
be a P80. Is it a P80? Because if it is, it's not going to win.
I mean, it may be.
It better be a fucking print, Dark.
Come on, you can't. Is your name printed, Ralph? Or
All I'm saying is, if it's a P80, it's not going to win.
I think you should do like builds and prints. So you know what I mean? Like kind of do like
All builds. If you put it together, it's a build. Doesn't
yeah.
matter if it's printed or a P80. You spent your hard-earned time and money in that shit. And
Yeah, but the thing is like if somebody builds like an AR lower or something like that, and it's like, you know, if everyone's like focused on the 3D printing aspect of it, which of course, you know, I appreciate, then it's gonna get shit on. It's gonna get overlooked, and it could be the dopest build, you know, out
yes.
there.
Well, yes.
So if
printing is much more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
maybe
I wouldn't say it's because I don't want to take anything away from it. I guess what I'm saying is like if you're going to write off P80s and frames and receivers of the like, then it may be better to separate them because you may discourage people that build P80s in submitting their stuff.
That's a good thing.
And what Dark is saying is he's going to hint that to Jordan that you're discouraging people on building P80s.
Fuck P80s. We on the 3D printing now. What are you guys living in 2020, bro? It's 2022.
Dude,
your shit.
What do you carry
right now?
Yeah, what do you carry?
I mean, I won't pull it out, but I think I can show like a holster's worth of Strike 80 whiteness with the Louis V.
Okay, Strike 80. Okay.
I would never carry a 3D print if that's what you mean.
I'm just wondering what kind of so that's what kind of frame is that?
It's a Strike 80 white with the Louis V engraved.
Oh, that's dope. What kind of rails does that use?
The
motherfucking
the free men don't ask 0.2 rails.
Oh, okay.
That's P80 rails, motherfucker. I don't care, Dark. I know.
I'm just saying, you still just don't forget.
I've put 1,000 rounds through this. I know it works. That's why I'm carrying it. I haven't had that many rounds through any of my 3D builds to trust it to carry. But had I had 1,000 rounds through a 3D print, maybe you would be on my side. Chairman Juan carries a Glock 43 3D printed as his inside the waistband everyday carry. And I'm like, bro, what are you fucking nuts? You got the real 43X at the crib. He's like, bro, but I like the red one. This motherfucker tripping.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I feel it. And you know, I'm just busting chops. Like I appreciate the printing and everything that's going into it. And I'm trying to get into that myself, but my fucking printer's still down. I got to replace the thermostat.
I'm reading body language here, Dark. when you said printer went down, you did like this as if you didn't really want to talk about it. Can we talk about it? Why is your printer down?
Yeah, sure. I need to replace the thermistor. My head actually itched right there when so I had a what I thought was a clog. It ended up being a jam. I had 2 pieces of filament in that shit, and it was literally jammed shut. What is that?
This is a pack of 5 thermosaurs.
Damn.
I thought mine was bad too.
Mhm.
Never even had to open the shit. Apparently, depending on how tight you tighten that screw, determines on how your thermosaur functions. So it could be just as easy as retighten it, push it in, and then tighten it in again. But don't tighten
Really?
too much that it'll pinch the wire. But yeah, I bought a pack because I thought mine went bad, and you may just have to readjust that shit, motherfucker.
Damn.
Hey guys, I'm gonna say goodnight.
Yeah, no, I'm about to end it too, man. I don't know if it was that gummy or what, but my stomach is feeling all sorts of fun.
Oh, the gummy.
Yeah, man. No bueno. Dang. All right, Rich.
Rich is
Well,
up.
if you're looking for him, type Fly Rich. Don't type Fly Rich. That's a joke. That's a gay cowboy that does country music. Flying Rich. Yeah, literally. So I found one day if you type in Fly Rich, you will find a gay cowboy that sings country music. It's hilarious. But Ralph, why don't you let everyone know who you are, where they can find you, and all that stuff?
I'm Piety Ralph on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and I recently made a TikTok, but I'm not active on there. Well, hold on now. Hear me out. Just to get me some more YouTube subs. I have like over 3,000 followers on TikTok already. They've deleted like 5 or 6 of my videos. And when they delete your videos, you get like a 2-week strike. So
On TikTok?
yeah, they're not playing, man. And all my content is 3D printing. And I've noticed if I'm just showing a print being printed, like just video of the print printing,
Yeah.
not a problem. But if I show something in hand, done. And I've showed my shelf and all that, and no problem. That video has like 20,000 views. But
yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't.
Real picky.
I can't fuck with the with the tick of the talk, man.
I can't either. I'm not on there actively. So what I do is I take my Instagram videos. You see my Instagram shit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I save them, throw them in a TikTok,
and
that's it. So pretty much I copy my Instagram onto TikTok, and I've been getting a lot of followers off of that. But thing like gun in hand, big no-go. But yeah, I'm really active on Twitter. I'm about to hit 3,000 followers on Twitter probably tomorrow based on algorithms.
Oh yeah.
And I just hit 3,500 on YouTube, and the roasting your build live show every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific California Time. I hate saying that. Like, why do I got to say it all these time zones, bro?
Yeah, fuck all that. You can just say one, because once you say one, then they can just, you know what I'm saying?
But it'll be on the Chairman Juan channel yet again this week, but I'm going to start a Utreon and try to like post it on there too. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of creators do that. They start streaming on Utreon and then they post the recording on YouTube, but it's not been going well, man, because people come to live streams for the interaction.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not interacting on Utreon, and their views are like going down tremendously.
So like Hank Strange earlier had PSR, Flying Rich, Vin Win. Huge names in the 3D printing community, and I think their watchers were only at like 30 something, bro. And I'm like, bro, Hank Strange's got like 200,000 subs on YouTube. Like, this is a very well-known guy.
Yeah. That was the first show that I did.
PSR, Vin Win, like these guys are very well known, but still only like Like Come Out in PLA was there. The 3D General was there. Like a lot of these core 3D printers were there. So it's going to be a hard transition, man. But I do like the fact that we can hold gun. Like right now, I'd be able to be like, hey, look at the double Glock. And we can't.
Yeah. That's honestly, that's what I like about Instagram, you know, but even they're smashing people's shit, you know, they've ended my life a couple times. So I don't know. But yeah, my stomach is fucked up now, so I'm gonna go. So go sub to Petey Ralph if you haven't already subbed to Petey Ralph. Jeff Cron says he keeps getting unsubbed from your channel, so then Jeff Cron just keep subbing.
Just hit the sub, Jeff Cron. I got you. You my guy, bro. I've seen you very active. I think I called him one time for a comment he made on one video, but otherwise, that's my guy. Just don't make no hot takes.
Yeah. You guys know, do the thing, right? Be kind, be nice, and
don't rush it. Say that shit properly.
Awesome.
Come on.
All right.
Come on, bro.
So I'll end this stream.
Take a breath.
Same way I end every stream.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. And we all know the rule number 1 is to be kind. It is the most important thing that you can do. It is free to you, but pays dividends at a very high level to others. Live a life of care, contribution, and compassion, because we know when we bless others, then we will become blessed. Also, we know that the only way to defeat evil is by having good men skilled in violence. So become as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. Joe Morris, what's up, player? Where was I? Oh, yeah. Become as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be. And be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. That's it. Appreciate you, Rob. Boo!
Hit him with boo, boo, boo.
Be easy, be sleazy, be greasy. Be easy.
Greasy. Where's the outro?
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Play the intro as the outro.
Yeah, my intro is my outro.
There you go. There you go.
Run that, Joe. Yo, this is straight fire, dude.